Black guys are, they'll be killed. I'm saying it, the time now is 8:44, which is should I say 16 minutes to 9 a.m. in Biafra land. Anybody wearing that Ibubako uniform, if you see you outside, will kill you. They're not even Igbo people. They're not even Biafran people. These are policemen recruited from every police station around the zoo to protect Umahi. That uniform you're wearing that looks like the uniform of a warder that hasn't received salary for 4 months. That uniform you're wearing, if we catch you with it, we will kill you. Your eyes will open. In fact, the person will be waiting for you on the other side. The more. Useless fools. That Ebubako rubbish cannot work. If we see you are in Ebubako, you are an informant, you will die. And we'll treat you like a Fulani Miyete Janjaweed. If I see you with that uniform answering Ebubako, you will die. I will kill you. And I will start to make a mistake. And I want Umahi to know. Go and tell Umahi what I'm saying. Anybody wearing a Ebubako uniform, I will kill you. He is also the father of observational astronomy, because without satellites in the air, today you couldn't have used a mobile phone. And after him came great men like Hubble. Do you know about Hubble? The Hubble telescope, have you heard about it before? No, some of you were educated in the zoo, you will not know. Galileo was ordered to turn himself into the Holy Office to see the Pope, to begin his trial for daring to hold the belief that the earth revolves around the sun, which was deemed heretical by the Catholic Church. Do you understand what I'm saying? Are people actually following what I'm saying tonight? You see an idiot that left Islam because he knew that Christianity is where to milk poor people dry without them asking questions, because their reward is in heaven. You see the trick? Your reward is not good roads here, not good schools. No, it's in heaven. They say themselves they have private jets on earth. And you go to the next week, you go, you give a, he's the man of miracle, because you are very poor. Poverty stricken. Black people. Do you know they no longer go to church in Europe? Because they're all affluent, they're very rich. In America, the same. As I said earlier, it's only blacks that go to church and shouting, screaming up and down, because they are the poor people. If you go to, they're the ones doing the cleaning. They are the lowest of the low. That's why they keep shouting every blessed day. You don't know that? Go and check now. Go to Africa. The whole of Africa is church everywhere. The more church you build, the more poverty-stricken you become. You can never learn anything from it. What does that tell you? That tells you all you need to know. Oh my goodness me. This is to prove to all of you that claim divine knowledge of God. Some of you are complete idiots when it comes to the affairs of man, because you know nothing. I feel sorry for all these stupid pastors saying that Nigeria should be won, because they are, should I say, short-sighted, greedy fools, using the Bible to deceive the gullible into thinking that Nigeria is sustainable. What is good about Nigeria should be sustained? Name one thing that's good about the zoo. Name one thing. I'm asking you. They cannot name anything. Maybe start an offering. They love tithes and offering, and you people idiotically, you go every Sunday and you pile on the cash, and they keep buying new jets, telling you Nigeria is good. Nigeria, God has a plan for Nigeria. So God had a plan for Nigeria, and He opened the borders to allow killers to come in to be killing people. What planet does this people actually inhabit? Anyways, it's poverty. Once Biafra comes now, people will become very rich and very affluent. And you see what will happen. People will submit themselves to reason, not to these superstitious mumbo-jumbo people talking rubbish. I saw something in your life. I see something in your life. Oh dear, these people. They even have 8 churches in one building. Well, some will do service 8 to 10, or others take over 10 to 12. He says it's something of Holy Spirit. Europeans sat down and saw all of this rubbish many years ago and said, this is nonsense. Let us form the Enlightenment movement. That is why Europe is #1 in the whole world.
By Europe, I mean, who founded who developed America? I don't know, Europeans. Brazil, Europe. Australia, Europe. New Zealand, Europe. Everywhere is Europe. You don't know that before? Every other person copy from them. You have to go and copy from Europeans. They are number one. God bless them. They are number one. Because they say, you see all these superstitions, when a cat flies past your house, or you see pussycat in the morning, you start speaking in tongues that your neighbor has come to get you. All this idiotic, black people. Ordinary pussycat pursuing a mouse. It's your neighbor that sent the pussycat. A tree that is in your village over 1,000 years old is in your generation that the tree is not an impediment. And you want to be developed. Black and this, you see, you know that poverty is a evil spirit. When you're possessed by poverty, if somebody tells you to plant a seed and water it and do that, you'll be paying. Poverty. You know, they say Yahoo boys with computer. There are those with the Bible inside mega structures, duping people every blessed day, think that Nigeria can be saved. Ndoshi. They don't know anything about the word of God. I feel sorry for these people. I'm not insulting anyone, but I have to make the facts very clear for all of you to understand. Maybe in the future, our grandchildren will save these clips and then replay them. But I want you to remember something today. There was a time the person who is responsible for the mobile phones you're using today, so to speak, Galileo, was called an antichrist. But today, some of you want iPhone 19, iPhone 56. Even the ones that they have not made, you have placed order. The idiocy of the people that tried to hold down that very invention, you are replicating today in Africa. Unbelievable. Let me go back to the question I asked you earlier. And I want you to ask the Deputy Speaker of the House of Senate. I want you to ask your governors. I want you to ask anybody around you tonight. Who brought foreign killers into Nigeria? Who brought them in? Why is it that that very question is not being asked every blessed day? Who brought them in to Nigeria? You cannot ask, can you? Any day you answer that question, any day all these criminal pastors can answer that very question, that very day you will begin to reason properly. You will see that Nigeria is unsustainable. Are you telling me that these people, they love Nigeria so much? Let us assume that they are patriotic Nigerians. Why would you go outside to go and bring in killers to come and kill your own fellow citizens? If you claim you love Nigeria. As El Rufai, that midget is claiming today. The midget El Rufai, I'm asking you. If you claim, why would you go outside to go and bring bandits to be killing people? That was confirmed by students kidnapped from Kaduna Polytechnic. That their kidnappers, most of them were foreigners. Who brought them into Nigeria? If you claim you love Nigeria. The same Nigeria you want to keep as one. The same Nigeria you want to keep as one. If there's anything that is a lie that I'm saying tonight, don't generalize. Come out and say that this is a lie. Roman Catholic Church wanted to kill, they want to hang Galileo for speaking the truth. Say to the man, Oga, the earth is not the center of the world. It's the sun, that the earth revolves around the sun. It spins. The man, hey, you can't say that. He's Antichrist. You Antichrist. You're against Jesus. Go and kill him. Dear me. Today we know that the earth revolves around the sun, spins at a speed of over 1,000 miles per hour on its elliptical orbit around the sun. When it goes around the sun, when it completes one full cycle, it becomes 1 year. That's how you have 1 year. So you're in 2021. The earth is still spinning around the sun. When it completes the cycle, 2021 will be finished. We'll go to 2022. The man said that is how life is. They said kill him. He's Antichrist. Hey, Ozioma Kanu is in the end. Mazi Nwachineke. Because the zoo has fallen. Who brought foreign killers into Nigeria? Nobody can tell us. And the media, Yoruba control the media. They should stop being afraid. Anytime they find one media house, every media house should go on strike and say they will not pay it. Fulani cannot do anything. Fulani only thrive when there is fear. When you have fear in you. You will see them, you embolden them. But if you tell them that you are prepared to die, believe you me, they begin to go back and try to, but of course negotiation is too late. Those that they sent to come, it's too late now. Negotiate with what? For what? Negotiate what? Restructuring? Or regionalism? Or 1960 constitution? It's too late now. If you want to know why, go to the book of Genesis, chapter 13, from verse 5 to 9. Because of Fulani, because of headsmen, let me not say Fulani headsmen, because of headsmen, the father of all nations, Abraham separated from the nephew, if I'm not mistaken. The same blood. He said, I don't want any trouble. Because of cattle, because of Nama. Because of Nama, the same Nama today causing us problem. Abraham said, no, go your own way, let me go my own way, please. I want peace. Because of the same cattle, the same Nama today in the zoo called Nigeria. And somebody is telling me they know the Bible. Somebody who comes out every day to claim he's a nationalist, a pride of Nigeria. He wants to be part of Nigeria. The so-called elite, that midget, that short engine in Kaduna called the El-Rufai. Short engine. He is part and parcel of the Islamist movement to conquer all of you. And this is for Mrs. Tambuwal to conquer you as well. Mrs. Tambuwal, are you listening? Maybe you're snorting your final cocaine before you take your Hennessy and go to sleep. Mrs. Tambuwal, are you listening? Your husband in Sokoto does not wish you well. You are an infidel. If you don't know, let me educate you. Because what I give you is gospel from heaven itself, not of man. That is why nobody can fault not one single thing that I say. No human being can. If you come out to debate me, I will sink you with facts and figures. With facts and figures. Hagar school. I feel sorry for the first wife of Tambuwal. There's one that is snorting cocaine and drinking Hennessy. In Governor's Lodge in Iguacha, saying he's from Rivers. Does a human being, can a human being come from Rivers? It's mommy water that can come from a river now, mommy water and fish. And mommy water that can come from river. I'm from Rivers. Can you believe such rubbish? And they went to school. I'm from Rivers. Yeah, I'm a Rivers man. So that means your papi water then, if you're a man, not mommy water anymore. If you're a woman, you say I'm from Rivers. That means you're water. You're from the river. And all of them went to school. These are our graduates and PhD holders, all lawyers. I don't know why they're interrupting me. I don't know. I'm from Rivers. Okay. Hi, mommy water. I'm from Rivers. Hi, papi water. See, you're from the water. You're from Rivers. Can a human being come from Rivers? I'm asking this very simple question. Papi water. I'm from Rivers. We Rivers people. Hey, dear me. And maybe I'm from ocean. I'm from Oceania, or I'm from the ocean, or maybe from the stream. Stream, or Iyokata. I'm from Iyokata. Maybe I'm from the stream. Since you're from the river, I'm from the stream, and maybe my younger brother is from the ocean. I can't understand. And they claim they went to school. Oh, my fellow brother or sister, I'm from Rivers. I'm a Rivers man. Hey, Lord have mercy. Ah, dear me. Zoological Republic. Zoo. Zoo. Let me preach the gospel that I've been asked to preach to you tonight. Who brought foreign terrorists, murderers, and killers into Nigeria? I want to tell you, because all of you do not reason. Tomorrow night he will appear on Channels TV. Channels will not ask this very man, why did you go outside to pay killers? Why? Let me read it for you. It is a Vanguard publication, December 3, 2016. Go and dig it out. What's the title? We've paid some Fulani to stop killings in southern Kaduna, but today they're still killing, they're still kidnapping. It is part of their game plan. It is part of their game plan. They planned all these things, but Mrs. Tambuwal or maybe Pape Water cannot understand what I'm saying. Because most of the time, he's under the influence of cocaine and Hennessy. He doesn't understand what I'm saying. Umar cannot understand what I'm saying. He's blinded by this, I think he wanted to be the president. They promised him vice. From vice now, they've now told him he's going to be the Minister for Agriculture. Hey, that was why he left PDP to APC. Only in the zoo. Only in the Zoological Republic. We have paid some Fulani to stop killings in southern Kaduna. I want every Nigerian to go and Google this. It's carried by a Vanguard publication, December 3, 2016. We have paid some Fulani to stop killings in southern Kaduna. These killings started as soon as the late dead Buhari was sworn into power. Buhari was sworn into power, I think it was around May or whatever, isn't it? Of the same, they say, not up to 1 year, they went to go and bring killers. Or some of them that they had brought in to fight war if they lose the election. You don't understand? Oh my goodness. My goodness. Chineke nna mana maba. Kama lazu ni you know kama me lazu. Let me read the news for you so you understand. Tomorrow you come out and Igbo should prepare and build bridges. They cannot. I know he was talking about me. You cannot be insulting people. You cannot be insulting people. You need to build bridges. What stupid bridge do I have to build with a terrorist like you? Let me tell you what has been happening in the zoo. That some of you may not understand, but I have to tell you all the same. Before you go and pay your tithe and sow your seed. Ndara. Use your brain. I want to tell you what has been happening in the zoo called Nigeria. That the so-called governors, the same so-called Fulani elite, they are the ones killing you today. We'll try to fight back in not that pampas wearing non-entity in Imo State. They don't understand what we're saying. Vanguard publication, December 3, 2016. We have paid some Fulani to stop. Fulani, he said Fulani. The killers are Fulani. He said we have paid Fulani to stop killings in southern Kaduna. El Rufai. The Kaduna State Governor, Malam Nasser El Rufai, has said his government has traced some. How did you manage to trace people who are violent? How? That is the question. El Rufai, how did you manage to find out where they were living? Now, follow this news very carefully, please. Kaduna State Governor, Malam Nasser El Rufai, has said his government has traced some violent, aggrieved Fulani to their countries. A Fulani man is in his country, in the Niger Republic, maybe in Mali. You trust him to ask him, why are you angry? In Mali. What type of God? What type of God made these people? Am I going crazy or what? Kaduna State Governor said, we have managed to trace some violent, aggrieved Fulani to their countries and paid them to stop the killing in southern Kaduna. What is this? What is it I'm asking people? Are you people, all these so-called Nigerians, what is wrong with you people? A governor, how do you know they're angry to start with? How do you know they're aggrieved? Oh, before they went back to Timbuktu, they stopped over at your house to tell you, oh, madam, we are angry, oh, we are leaving, oh, we are coming back to come and kill. Chai, Nigeria. Who did this to you? Black people, who did this to you? Who did this to you? Why did you pay them? We paid them so they can stop the destruction of communities in southern Kaduna. The same place they went and still kidnapped people. After paying them money, in fact, they even called them bandits then, in December 3, 2016. Now, do you understand? Mrs. Tambuwal, do you understand? Omahi, are you following what I'm saying? The Pampas wearing governor, do you, not even administrator, Sarakin Fulani, are you following me now, Imo State? You killed your brother Ikonso because of the same people that went to Mali, they went to Niger to go and pay Fulani people money, not to come to Nigeria to kill Nigerians. Hey, I will stop. You know, sometimes there is a way you look into the well so much, you fall in. You suffer from maybe vertigo or whatever, and you fall. I don't want, there is, sometimes when I research the zoo, I'm telling you, I feel like I'm reading a book of fiction. It's not possible. Some of the things are not just possible. You are telling me that the president of the United States of America can go to Canada looking for I can't even, let me even use Ghana. Can I use Ghana? Ghanaian president traveled to what's it called, to Burkina Faso to pay some people in Burkina Faso not to come into Ghana, into Kumasi to kill people. I mean, does it, maybe it's me, or maybe I'm losing my mind, or does it make any sense to anybody? I'm just asking simple, does it make any sense to anybody? These are the people you call your elite. This is somebody, I don't know you want to pray for this monkey, this midget, this monkey, then he'll be the president of Nigeria. A man of God. Oh. I must speak the truth anyway. That's what I'm here to do. These are the same people doing profiling. We want to profile those. You people must think we are all foolish. You people think that these your so-called Nigerians are so useless. They are so useless, they don't know anything. The same people that went outside to go and pay their fellow Fulani money, give them arms, open the borders for them to come in to kill people, are the same people telling you, federal government begins profiling of Nigerians linked to terrorism financing. The same Fulani presidency. The same people that brought in armed criminals from across the Sahel to come to take over your land from you. They are the ones now telling you that they are to begin profiling of Nigerians linked to terrorism. They are talking about terrorism financing. Understand? It's in Channels TV, they carried it. The federal government has begun profiling towards prosecution well-placed Nigerians suspected of being financiers of terrorism in the country. Now, let me take you back to what I just said a few minutes ago. They are profiling, but El Rufai is not being profiled. El Rufai, we have paid money to Fulani across the Sahel to stop killing people. And a short while earlier, I told you, hey, these people, they don't know who they're playing with. A short while earlier, I told you that the students of Agri School or whatever it's called said that the bandits who kidnapped them are foreigners. In other words, putting 1 + 1, giving us 2, El Rufai paid his people to come to kidnap us in our own country, so to speak, according to these kids here. The same people who are responsible for terrorism are the ones telling us now that they're going to do profiling of terror sponsors. Whereas a terror sponsor is there looking at you in the face. El Rufai is a terror sponsor. You're telling me you're profiling terror sponsors. Whereas El Rufai is there looking at you in the face. El Rufai is there looking at you in the face, and he confirmed with his mouth, I sponsor terrorism, because today there are still killings going on in southern Kaduna, isn't it? Is that not happening? Do you see why black people are poor? Do you see why God sometimes just goes, when God is blessing other parts of the world, when it comes to Africa, he just fly past and say, this people are not serious. He will continue on his journey. Do you understand me now? The same people that paid their fellow, they didn't say we paid Hausa, or we paid Bachama people, or we pay the Kanu people. No, they said that we pay the Fulani to stop killing. Which is Fulani that is doing the killings then? And now somebody who's a Fulani is telling me we are profiling Nigerians, sponsoring terrorism, when a Fulani governor of Kaduna State opened his mouth and said, I gave terrorists money. Now you understand it, don't you? We are well read. We possess an analytical mind. We analyze everything. But the zoo will realize when it's very, very late. Very, very late. And he's an intellectual. When he see the little bed bug, he's like a bed bug. What is it called? What's the bed bug again? Hey, his head fly. He's not a bed bug now. That's just blood. He's like a bed bug, as tiny as a rat. He can fit into a pigeonhole of a car. They're as small and as demonic as they come. Rufai. Chinch. That's a bed bug is chinch. It's called chinch. He's claiming, we see him talk, hey Nigeria, let's move the country forward. All progressives must gather. We progressives, the idiot is a terrorist. He's the one paying bandits to come in to kill people. And you're profiling. We want to profile. When this idiot opened his mouth to say, I want to go and pay and bring terrorists into the country to come and kill all of you idiotic Nigerians. You want to begin profiling. Why don't you start from El-Rufai that brought foreign bandits in the first place? Why don't you go and profile him? It's called change. Bed bug is change. That's how no other name is called. Bed bug is change. That's what it's called. To drink your blood in the middle of the night like Fulani Janjaweed headsmen. Terrorists. Block Miet Yala. Miet Yala is a legitimate stakeholder. The fourth largest terror group in the world. Legitimate stakeholder. And all of you are Nigeria. Let's pray for our country. Archbishop of Ecumenical Council. Stupid, idiotic titles that has no meaning whatsoever. Stupid, idiotic titles. That's no meaning. Those doing profiling are the same people that integrated Fulani Muslims into the army. You're doing profiling. You didn't do profile when you said Fulani terrorists have repented. They are in the army. They are in the police. You're doing profiling. After putting them in the army. Does that make any sense to anybody? Only in the zoo. Only in the zoo. Only in the zoological republic. The same people, the same Fulani people that brought in their terrorists into the army, sent some of them to Olo, the same people that have a terrorist as a serving minister, who is privy to every intelligence secret in the zoo. These fools are still asking or wondering about the identity of the people leaking key intelligence secrets, like even their troop movement, to the savages from the foothills of Futajalon, to their own fellow in-house bred terrorists. They are profiling Nigerians to confuse all of you idiots, and Yoruba media will buy this rubbish hook, line and sinker as if they are fools, as if they are not educated, as if they don't have any brain. The same thing with their useless pastors, idiotic pastors claiming they are serving Christ, but they're watching as things are going wrong. They did not hear about Martin Luther King. They claim they are pastors. They do not know about Dr. Martin Luther King that fought for the freedom you have for blacks in America today. They did not hear about Desmond Tutu from the pulpit preaching the word of God and challenging evil. These idiots tell me about one night. Thunder fire all of you idiotic pastors praying for one Nigeria. You people are fools. You people are fools. I'm telling you, you are fools. All of you are fools. You are wondering those who should be profiled. When the Minister of Terrorism, Pantami, is there during cabinet meeting, you are discussing troops movement, you are discussing who to deploy to where. They will go and tell Boko Haram they work for you and they know they will kill you. You are telling me about profiling. You cannot profile Pantami, who is there. You cannot profile El-Rufai, who is there. You are doing profiling. And the student is there like a touch rat under the cabinet, cannot say a word. Still can say, let's pray for the country. That is the zoo all of you want to save. Ndiara, a country that of 200 million people they claim, you cannot remove one single Fulani terrorist from office. Not one. And you're telling me that you people are civilized. Our country, let us conscientize. Let us come together. God punish all of you, Ndiara. God punish all of you, useless people. How can we now distinguish between a genuine army and a genuine police officer? Some of you say, oh, unknown gunmen. How do you know that those unknown gunmen are killing and not terrorists? How do you know that? This is a country that brought in terrorism into the army, brought terrorism into the police. All of you are there just watching and moping, doing nothing, and terrorists are in the army, killing innocent people. I said to them, I will cause so much havoc. I want to go to Hague to go and face trial in the Hague. After Omega Hague, I want to go to Hague. So I will expose the zoo to the whole world, that the world may know how foolish black people are. They brought terrorists, the same killers of our people in our churches, they bring them into the army. What do you think they're going to do? Common sense. What do you think they're going to do? I'm asking you. What do you think they're going to do? All of you idiots in the zoo, what do you think bringing terrorists into the army is going to do? How do we know who is the terrorist and who is the regular soldier? How do we know that then? Answer my question. Is a very simple question, please. Answer me. How can we distinguish between even terrorists? So you're telling me now, if Chineke me a zoo, hi God in heaven. Now, a Fulani terrorist from Niger Republic, from Mali, is in southern Kaduna killing people and abducting. You arrest him, you rehabilitate him, you put him in the army. Is he a Nigerian or is he a Malian? God in heaven. God in heaven. Please give your people some sense. Give your people some sense. Oh, Heavenly Father, God Almighty in heaven, give us some sense. Black people are foolish, I'm telling you. Black people are useless. You are telling me that a killer brought in by El Rufai can be killing people in southern Kaduna. They arrest him or they catch him or he decides to repent. Now he is in the army and he's in our law killing people. Oh, Chineke, God in heaven. I don't know who they are, but I support unknown gunmen. I don't know who they are, but I pray for them and I support them. This is the question I want to ask Nigerian government in a court of law anywhere in the world. How do you know that those they deployed in our law are not terrorists? How do you know that in uniform? How do you know? Since they incorporate terrorists into the army, terrorists into the police, how do you know? Nobody can answer me. Oh my God in heaven. Nobody right now, in fact I'm telling all of you, we must see every police officer and every army personnel deployed to Biafra land as our enemy. Every policeman, every army we see is our enemy. Because how do we know which one is a terrorist recruited by El Rufai into the army? From not even local terrorists, from Mali, from Senegal, from Gambia, from Niger. How do we know? Because once you catch them, you integrate them into the army. You don't ask them, oh, where are you from? Before we... God. Now you can see the reason why most people are happy when there is this clash, alleged clash between alleged police and alleged people that we don't know their names. I want to ask Daily Trust newspaper, Premium Times, these are Fulani newspapers. How do we distinguish between a genuine Nigerian soldier and a terrorist from Mali wearing army uniform that claim he or she has repented? It's a simple question. Because what we come from, I mean, it's a very simple question. How do we know that army on a checkpoint? How do we know if they're terrorists or not? Explain that to me. Because you people are the ones bringing terrorists into the army and into the police. How do we know? You see, you can never win against us. None of you can win against us. How can we distinguish between a genuine army or police officer, and those terrorists from the Sahel that El Rufai and the Fulani Cabal, Fulani Caliphate brought in to take over our land from us, whose intention from the onset is to do us harm. How do we know? They are now in the army, they are now in the police. That is why all army and police units deployed to Biafra land must be seen as enemies. Nobody at the defense headquarters of Nigeria, the National Assembly, no governor, no sophisticated moron, no efulefu can tell us who is a genuine soldier and who is a Fulani terrorist turned into a soldier. Nobody can tell us. Nobody can tell us. This is the mess. This is the mess the world must come to terms with, because we do not know who is the terrorist in the army or police uniform. Therefore, all of them are terrorists to us. All of them are terrorists. These Fulani government are the ones that brought terrorism into the army. They integrated terrorists into the army. Now you understand why they decided to deploy exclusively Fulani officers to lead the invasion and occupation of Olo and parts of Biafra land. Let me ask the Sergeant Fulani, the Supreme Court Administrator of Imo State, and the Judge Obiozon, and the cocaine snorting Mrs. Tambuwal of River State. How are you sure these Fulani soldiers you are requesting to come and protect you does not contain the same Fulani terrorists that set out from the Sahel to kill you in the first place? You people are beyond stupid. You people are beyond idiocy. I'm telling you the truth. Beyond idiocy. Beyond food. The time now is 3 minutes past 9 p.m. in the land of Biafra. 3 minutes past the top. I must preach. If you want me to stop, I will stop. It's 2 hours. If you want me to stop, I will stop. I've been given a message to preach and I must preach it. That the world may bear me witness. That in his time, he came and he spoke the truth. Not minding whose ox is God. I don't give a damn who you are. Nigerian army shuns southern officers, deploys northern commanders to quell tension in southeast. Only northern officers. Only northern officers. How do we know? That is how the zoo runs. Send southerners to Borno. Send the northerners down to Imo State to come and kill people. Because they are not from your ethnic group. And as you are coming, you are going to die there. You will die and your land will be taken over by the real terrorists this time around. Let southern officers go and police their land. You say, no, they cannot go. You bring people from the Sahel. They don't speak English, they don't speak Hausa, they don't speak nothing. They come with the AK-47 to kill, to maim, to pillage, to rape and to kidnap. And you want us to tolerate it. It is raining very, very heavily where I am. Please, you must bear with me. You must bear with me. It is raining very, very heavily. You may hear the noise, but I must preach the gospel that Elohim has mandated me to preach. I must preach it regardless of what the weather says. It must be preached this very evening. I must preach it. May that dog suck all your blood away. Useless people that cannot reason very well. Useless people. I am here to make you reason for once in your stupid lives. To be able to reason. To reason so that you can come out of the mess that you're in. That you can come out of the rubbish, idiotic mess that some of you are in. People who cannot think straight. Who cannot think straight. How do we know? They are bringing all of them. As for the likes of the fool and X419 on Mazi talking about brokering peace, after proscribing IPOB, you proscribed IPOB. Omahi and his friends did. They proscribed IPOB without provocation. You invited the army through Patton Downs to come and kill me and my family, and you ended up killing all Biafrans. And as a result, my parents are dead today. You must hear this. I'm going to reply Omahi through a quote by Emiliano Zapata. We do not want the peace of slaves, nor the peace of the grave. Do you understand that? Fulani must leave our land. Biafra must be declared with full, uninterrupted sovereignty. Biafra is what we're looking for. Nothing more. If you're looking for people to bribe, you are mistaken. We are unbribable. We are unbribable. We don't need anything from anybody. We are asking for Biafra, and Biafra we are going to get, or we all die in the process. I assure you of that. So you must understand that very well. Under your watch, you married for 6 years. Yala, your friends, we are busy killing our people in Ebonyi. You did nothing. Instead, you encouraged them against your own people. When IPOB rose up 4 years ago to challenge them, you sent the police and the army to go and kill people. Those defending your land. You sent the police and the army to go and kill people. You sent the police and the army to go and kill people. I am glad that today, Dave Umahi with his mouth has confessed that no more Miyetti Allah terrorists in Ebonyi State. Who made it possible, I ask of you? Who made it possible, I ask of you? The volunteer command of indigenous people of Biafra. Now Eastern Security Network. You understand that? We drove away the fourth most deadly terror group in the world away from Ebonyi State. Something Umahi could not do. Something no governor could have done. We did it ourselves. Of course, by the grace of the Most High Elohim up in heaven. Today you are posting, we don't have any more Miyetti Allah, no headsmen in Ebonyi State. Who made it possible, I ask of you? The same people that you proscribed, the same indigenous people of Biafra. You're not ashamed of yourself. You're looking for who to negotiate with. You're a fool. You're a complete fool. I am glad that you have confessed. The same IPOB volunteers at ESN you despise so much. If any of you Efulefu think that allowing Fulani terrorists into our land guarantees you a path to Asorok, then you are more foolish than I thought. None of you Igbo politicians will smell Asorok. None of you will ever go to Asorok. You will never go to Asorok. Never, ever, ever. No Igbo, if you like, you try and see now. Of course, there will be no campaign, so talk less of that rubbish. None of you will smell Asorok. Since all of you came out to gang up against Biafra, none of you will ever smell Asorok. None of you will. It's like the same politics of appeasement of Azikiwe that landed us in the mess we are in today is what you want to play again, only this time around with the very worst the Fulani race has to offer, which is the terrorism in Miyetti Allah. Shame on all of you cowards masquerading as defenders of the people. Shame on all of you pastors claiming you're preaching the word of God. You are all serpents, all of you. Today you fools are condemning the holy saints on non-con men. You have forgotten that you people created them. When you were killing young people, slaughtering them left, right, and center, you don't know that one day they will rise up. Is that what you think? Is that what you're thinking? One day they will rise and have risen up. One day they will rise. If you kill them, they will kill you. If you kill them, they will kill you. The killing will continue until you leave our land. It can never stop. It can never ever stop, I assure you. You fools are condemning unknown gunmen. But when you were killing people, you were enjoying it. At some all you slaughtered. At Enugu you killed. Iguacha you killed. National High School Aba you killed. You think you can fold our hands? You keep killing for eternity? Now you know you bleed as well. That thing you have, we have it. You kill us, we kill you. You arrest us, we are going to arrest your children. Anything you want, we give you. Because it is Biafra or death. Biafra or we all die. Get them Biafra. I remember how they were jubilating when people were being forced to drink dirty water. They were jubilating. You did not call your army to order. You did not call your police to order. Now people are angry. You're writing your usual junk. What will kill Fulani is hubris. Hubris will kill you. I told you I will draw your army to the east. As I draw your army into the east, terrorists will occupy your land, and it's going to happen. Because I know you have stupid pride and ego. You will take the bait because you're Fulani, you're foolish. You will take this bait I'm handing over to you. You will come to Biafra land there, we are going to kill you. You will die in Biafra land. You are going to perish there. Your army will die in Biafra land. Fulani Empire, the end of Fulani Caliphate will start from Biafra land. It will start from Olo. I assure you, it will start from Olo. The end of Fulani Caliphate in Sokoto will begin in Olo. Write it down somewhere. I told you this very day. The end of Fulani Caliphate will start from Olo in Imo State. Go and make it down somewhere. It's called hubris. You're going to get it. Do you know what they did? Your so-called DSS abducting people. Go to the tweet by Senator Shehu, you know he's Fulani, but sometimes he is like a human being. I don't know, maybe his father, he must ask his mom where she went to before they conceived him, because he doesn't reason like a typical Janjaweed. He doesn't reason like a typical Janjaweed. In Nupe land, Nupe in Niger State, Nupe land is flowing with blood every blessed day. Do you know what DSS said? DSS wrote a memo. The same DSS kidnapping people everywhere in the east. Do you know that DSS wrote a memo asking Niger people not to panic, that the bandits are passing their area, not to panic? Are you aware of that? Are you aware of that? That they wrote saying, oh, bandits are passing your area, you don't have to panic. But in our land they are kidnapping people. The same DSS are busy kidnapping people. But Fulani. Them to come to Biafra land and there they will die. I'm telling you the truth. They will die there. Nemesis will consume them in our land. I'm telling you. Nigeria. take 1 inch of Biafra land, they cannot take it. DSS is colluding with them, writing a letter to villagers telling them not to panic. DSS abducting people, telling them about Nigeria. Our people cannot see because they are foolish. Fulani wants to take our land. Can't you see it? Can't you see it? I'm asking you. Can you not see it? His Jew is dead and can never. Leah Shuaibu is in captivity. Had Leah Shuaibu been now, every Christian in the north will be killed. Christian pastor saying one Nigeria, whereas a Christian girl is in captivity. In captivity. The same thing cannot happen to a Muslim girl. Nothing. The same DSS kidnapping people are the ones granting passage to terrorists in Niger State and in Abuja. The same people. Don't take my word for it. It was tweeted by a Fulani man, a Fulani Sheikh Husani. What does that tell about one Nigeria? What does it tell you about one Nigeria? I'm asking you. This is the one Nigeria of TB Joshua. This is the one Nigeria for Doboye. This is the one Nigeria of all these criminal pastors. This is one Nigeria for you. We are DSS on one hand is abducting people in the south, and in the north they are giving passageway to terrorists. Oh my goodness me. They said they are coming to Olo to come and do shoot at sight in Olo, and I say hallelujah. Hallelujah, bring it on. Come to Olo and do shoot at sight and go free. Come and do it now. Let us see. Come and do it. I am praying for it. Come and do it outside. Come and do it outside. I said to you before, you don't understand how mad we are about Biafra. I will sacrifice anything for Biafra. Are you prepared to do something for Nigeria? Will you do the same for Nigeria? I'm asking you. Will you do the same for Nigeria? I'm asking you. Will you do the same for the Zoological Republic? Anything you want, we give to you. Come and do your shit aside. Come now, we are waiting. Come and do it. You know, then you will see hell. You have seen nothing yet. What you're seeing now and you're complaining, you are about to see more. Since Uzodinma prefers to do shit aside, I am asking Biafrans tonight to prepare for all-out war. Because if they carry out this very threat, every APC person in the East will go down. If you're in APC, I don't care. If you're Igbo, you're Yoruba, I don't care where you come from. If you're in the East, you will go down. Let them carry this shit aside. Let them carry it out. Every APC politician will die. I assure you of that. Then you know how insane we are. Come and carry it out now. Let us see you. Let us see you. There are useless, idiotic people. Useless, idiotic people. Anybody who supports one Nigeria is your enemy. Is your enemy. They are gaining something from you. They don't want you to be free. That person is your enemy. And you must fight that very person with the last thing that you have in your possession. If Fulani, they think they are stubborn. You went to ask you to go and take students. You think you are stubborn. We know where you took them to. I gave you 48 hours, within 24 you release them. I know you should hold on to them now. Hold on to them, you will see what will happen to you. If you are in the army or police, leave Biafra land. Burn your uniform. Burn it. Burn your uniform because anyway, let me not go too far. Let me not go too far. In Kanu State, in your so-called one Nigeria, they have banned dancing during wedding. You can no longer. There are dances that are considered immoral in Kanu State, and that is where you claim you're in this. Let me bring this program to a close. But I want to respond to what Mrs. Tambuwal of River State said. I understand he is always under the influence of drugs. So I will try to take my time to explain things to him, but maybe not tonight. Maybe not tonight. I will dissect it in 2 days' time. Today is Sunday. On Tuesday night, I will dissect this for him. I want to let Mrs. Tambuwal understand. He said rivers can succumb to secessionist agenda. Rivers cannot. How will ocean succumb? Or stream? Or mountain? Or valley? If river cannot succumb to secession, maybe ocean will, Atlantic Ocean will. So-called educated people. Rivers cannot succumb to secessionists. What is rivers? You were created to spite Biafra. Cross states, cross river, Ogoja, rivers, created by Gowon to divide Biafra. You fool, you bought into it, hook, line, and sinker, because you were trained with abandoned property money. You're a thief. Your family are rogues. You people benefited from abandoned property. That is why you're talking this nonsense about rivers. Maybe we should talk, next time we'll talk about the ocean. Mad people. You're from Benin. You went to Benin, they rejected you. They told you you're not from Benin. Is that not the case? Equal people from Nkwe are no longer Igbos. They are from Benin. Shameless idiots like you. You have no brain. You snort cocaine and you drink Hennessy. A fellow man idiot after you be talking like somebody who is been in a village depot for the past 2 weeks. Rivers people. What's the meaning of rivers? What is the meaning of rivers? You idiot, I'm asking you. What's the meaning of rivers? These are the so-called lawyers you have in the zoo. No wonder there is no judiciary in the zoo with idiots like you everywhere. They are lunatics all over the place. You're from Benin. Benin rejected you. You are rivers. We rivers. How about we ocean? Oh, Chineke Nanone. But I'll look into your case in greater detail next time. I will tell you about Ikwere men who are proud to be Igbo people. Because you're a complete fool and an idiot. During referendum, you only have one vote. You only have one vote. Because you are in government house. All of a sudden, you are rivers. Very soon, you'll be ocean. Let me very quickly, because what I wanted to preach tonight is just too many. But I want to let our people understand this. That the media blackmail against IPOB has increased recently. If you go to Google now and you type in Nnamdi Kanu, believe you me, all you see are news from BBC. And you know that BBC are neo-colonialists. You know that BBC, even including BBC, they are working for slave masters in Britain. You must understand that. I was very, very disheartened that even Amnesty International had been bought over by the zoo as well. Because they have limitless cash. They can buy up anybody. They have bought over Google. They have also bought over Amnesty International in Nigeria, who are now carrying unverified news by people that want to sustain the zoological republic. Daily Trust, Punch newspaper, and all the rest of them, even Amnesty International, no investigation done, and Amnesty is carrying such rubbish on their Twitter handle. A whole amnesty. Because anything that comes to Nigeria is corrupt, isn't it? If you are not corrupt when you come, Nigeria will corrupt you. And I'm sad to say that Amnesty International in Nigeria, they have now been compromised fully. They have now been bought over by the zoo. All the years of threat has paid off. They have now been compromised. Our media must wake up and do the needful. There must be daily rebuttals to checkmate what all these evil people are doing against us. They can never prevail. We have always defeated the zoo. In this very battle, we are also going to defeat them. We are going to defeat them. I have a few special announcements to make tonight, and I want to make it very, very clear. You know, when people are in IPOB, they think they've arrived. You know, everybody must stick to their lane, please. I don't want anybody from the US to participate in our rapid response or medical call anymore, because there was a serious breach of security. I want everybody to stay in their lane and not to cross over to jobs I have not allocated to them. Nobody from the USA will participate in our rapid response group or in our medical call. Dr. Onyise is hereby suspended from IPOB with immediate effect. Anybody who deals with him will be expelled from the movement. Dr. Onyise is suspended from IPOB with immediate effect. We are losing men on the ground because some people in the USA and Europe are meddling with the command structure of our volunteers on the ground. People from abroad are calling commanders, calling them and sending them chicken change, trying to alter our command structure on the ground. That is why Dr. Onyi says remove with immediate effect. Any idiot who calls any of our commanders again, I don't care who you are, I'll remove you live on air. Then you know I'm not joking. All you can do is to go and gossip for 6 months, and after that, you'll be history, as the rest were before you. ESN is out of bounds for everybody, I mean everybody. I command that very army. Nobody should interfere. I mean no idiot should. Anybody that contacts ESN operatives on the ground, I will dismiss you live here on air. I'm not joking. Remember what I told you when we started this journey many years ago? They will kill us, we will kill them, and in the end Biafra will come. They have killed us many years ago. Now they are going to die. And then after that, Biafra will come. I told you this in 2014. And it's happening before our eyes this very day. As always, remember that we have no other religion other than Biafra. Biafra is our religion. And here on radio, Biafra is where we worship. Because Elohim, is our God. With all the love in my heart, believe it or not. With all the love in my heart. From me, from here. Good evening. Good evening, wonderful people, great Biafrans, wherever you are. This very day, the 11th day of May in the year of our Most High Elohim 2021, the time now exactly 2 minutes past 7 p.m. in the evening in the holy and blessed land of Biafra. I welcome each and every one of you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. regardless of where you're domiciled and you're listening to us this very day. My name is Mazi Nwachineke. I am the leader of IPOB all over the world, the indigenous people of Biafra. I am the director of Radio Biafra and Biafra Television. And by the grace, very special grace of the Most High, Elohim Adonai El Shaddai, a servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. And as always, every outstanding protocol being observed, I urge you, please, to let those around you participate, even though they may be far from you. If you have an internet-enabled device, you should be able to listen to us. If you have a functioning transistor radio that has the FM dial on it in parts of Biafra land and some parts of Oduduwa and the rest of the zoo, you must also be able to listen to us. We are on satellite. We are on IPOB Community Radio app. We are on Radio Biafra. We are on TuneIn. We are on Simple Radio. We are on... Just name it, we are there. We are also on YouTube, University of Radio Biafra. We are on Twitter. We are also on Instagram. People now prefer to listen to us via Instagram. A lot of people are flocking to that very platform. If you have not opened an Instagram account, try and do so. If you have not opened a Twitter account, try and do so, because we are also simulcasting on Twitter this very evening. If you go to my Twitter handle at Nnamdi, we are there live. If you also go to Instagram at Nnamdi official _official, we are also there live and direct. And heaven, as always, will bear us witness this evening as we preach this very gospel of redemption, a gospel of hope, and a gospel of renewal, a gospel of restoration, a gospel of enlightenment, that even for the very first time, because of what we are doing, southern governors, for the first time in living memory, that I can recall in the zoo, they met in Abuja, and I will be going through their communique very, very shortly. For the first time, they are gathering and finding a voice to make their demands heard by their masters in the north. When I say the north, I mean the Sharia north, not the Middle Belt. This is exactly what I expect Middle Belt governors to do as well. So we know that they are serious. And I believe that as time goes on, perhaps even the South may be able to incorporate the Middle Belt into their meetings, but that will be for another day. This very evening, we are going to pray as we are accustomed to doing here. We are going to hand over our proceedings very, very briefly and concisely to the Most High Elohim in heaven. We must pray. Onye anyị na-efe wee na-asọpụrụ mgbe niile. Anyị na-ebuli olu anyị niile elu ebe ya nọ n'ụwa niile, nna nke ebere, wee na-aja gị mma, wee na-eto gị, wee na-agọzi gị. Onye dị nsọ mgbe niile ebighị ebi, onye ime eluigwe, onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-achị, onye ọ bụ naanị ya nọ n'oche eze elu ụwa wee bụrụ ebe ntụkwasị ụkwụ ya. Anyị na-arịọ gị, anyị na-aja gị mma, anyị na-eto gị, na-asị gị, ezi nna pụrụ ime ihe niile, biko nye ụmụ gị ezi echiche na amamihe, nye ha akọ ma nyekwa ha uche, tinye ha n'ime mmụọ ha mmasị nke ụmụnne, n'ihi na mgbe niile na nwanne na-aka enyi. Ka anyị were ịhụnanya, ịdị n'otu, mmekọrịta nwanne na nwanne wee na-aga njem nzọpụta nwere onwe nke gị onwe gị dịrị anyị ka anyị wee gaa. Ma lekwa ndị iro nna nke ebere dị ngọzi, isi ga-ekpu ha niile n'otu n'otu. Aka nsị ha bụkwanụ ha ọnụ site na amara gị. Ịgba okwu n'anya ume ezi nna dị ngọzi, n'ihi na ọ ga-amasị anyị gụrụgụrụ mgbe bịa anyị wee too gị, gọzie aha nsọ gị n'ihe ọma nke ị na-ebe n'ime ndụ anyị. Anyị wee na-asị na onwe gị chi dịka gị, onweghị onye ọbụla kere eluigwe n'ụwa ma iwezuga gị nna nke igwe. Ma o nweghị ihe ọzọ ị ga-eji wee hụ anyị n'anya wee karịsịchaa anyị anaghị efe arụsị. Ọ bụ naanị gị bụ Chineke nna nke usu niile nke ndị agha ka a na-akpụ isi ala anya. Ya metụ gị n'obi nna ndị nsọ na anyị bụ ụmụ gị. Ya metụ gị n'obi na ala Biafra bụ ala nke gị. Ya metụ gị n'obi onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna ka i wee lekọtakwa Izrel ka isi elekọta ya na mgbe agbanyeghị atụmatụ ụjọ niile nke ndị iro. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị ka ịhụnanya gị wee mụbaa n'ebe anyị nọ, ka iru gị wee chaa n'ebe anyị nọ, ka i wee gọzie ụmụ gị n'ụzọ pụrụ iche bụ ụmụ gị bụ ndị IPOB n'ụwa niile, ndị tụrụ ugo, ezinụlọ nke iji aka gị wee hiwe, ka ọ ga-abụ na ikpete mazụ site n'ihe ịrịba ama nke gị onwe ga-eme n'ime ndụ anyị. Ụwa niile ga-asị n'ezie na ndị dị etu a bụ ụmụ Chineke. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị ezi nna bi n'igwe ka i wee nara otuto, nsọpụrụ, ịja mma, mbuli elu na ikpe isi ala ugbu a na mgbe niile ebighị ebi, ka anyị na-arịọ gị ise. Thank you very much. Some of you have corrected. Did I say Abuja? It was in Ahaba. They met in Ahaba, not even Asaba. Ahaba. As you have a Habimenyi as well. Across Udinmini Obaro, that some of you call, or should I say the white man named River Niger. We are here to preach this very gospel. This very news broke very, very late. It wasn't my intention to cover it, but we are going to dwell on it very, very briefly before we proceed to the rest of the items we have for you this evening. For the very first time in living memory, the southern governors met in Ahaba. The real name is Ahaba, A-H-A-B-A, not Asaba. They met in Ahaba under the auspices of governors of southern Nigeria. This is the first time I don't know if they have ever met before. If they have met, please try and enlighten me. I'm not sure they have ever met before. And why did they meet? Because of the raging agitation in Biafra land and also in Oduduwa land. That was why they met. For people, there are some people that will be saying, oh, what? I'm sure that nobody is even talking about what have they achieved, what have they done. But I just want to remind you, should anybody ask you tomorrow morning what you have contributed towards the advancement of the betterment of the lives of the people on the ground, you say to them, courtesy of what I have been doing, the southern governors have now met for the very first time. And I don't know if some of you read the article in Guardian earlier today. Guardian is even carried it. Do you know that there was a particular governor from so-called South that did not want to come? Do you know that Fulani Janjaweed gave one particular governor, Bob, the listening device, to enter into the meeting with? And I'm sure that people have guessed right, you know who that very individual is. Darling Mrs. Anyway, but love is good. We'll get to that later on. He's in love. You know when you're in love with somebody, there's nothing you not do for that person. You know how love moves people. He is so in love with his new partner, his new spouse, the new husband, that they gave him listening device, a bug. Tambuwal gave him a listening device to smuggle into the meeting. So that the Fulani Janjaweed will be somewhere in Kaduna, in Abuja, and in Sokoto listening to the meeting. Because of love. And who can blame him? Hey, love and wanting to, love is very deep. Mrs. Tambuwal wanted to smuggle a listening device. If you doubt me, go and read the article. It's in the Guardian newspaper today about this very meeting. They will tell you. But let me go. When people do something that is right, I commend them. If you do something that is wrong, we shred you, we condemn you, we bury you alive, if need be. Of course, with facts and figures. They met today, they deliberated among many issues that were tabled before them, or issues of concern that they felt they needed to address. And I'll read it for you very briefly. They affirm that the peoples of southern Nigeria remain committed. For the very first time, they're using the word, the peoples of southern Nigeria, which means that all the nonsense being done by Tinubu and his cohorts is in vain. For the very first time, there has been affirmation that the South is actually one. Since 1914, This is the very first time that they are stating publicly in a communique that the South is won by the elected leaders, so to speak. For the purposes of our program this night, we may even call them leaders. Because they did well. I must tell you the truth. Now, let us proceed. And before who brought them together in the first place? One is our agitation. Second is the unity and union, the bond between the East and the West. Between Biafra agitators and those acting for Duduwa. They have tried everything to break us, they could not break us. They had no alternative than to come together. Do you see what consistency does? This is the benefit of consistency. Once you're consistent in life, good things will come to you. And I also commend our Duduwa brothers this very day for their resilience and their consistency. That is why, for the first time in a meeting, in a place, you have governors from the East, you have governors from the West, Igbo governors, Yoruba governors, of course, together, saying something that makes sense for the first time that I can even remember. The North, the Janjaweed will meet in Arawa House. They will take decision affecting the whole of the zoo, affecting everybody, and they ram it down your throat. You have to accept it. And where they found this courage, I have no idea. Maybe they are emulating what we are doing. They now understand that we have no fear before our enemies. They now understand that we are scrupulously clean, whiter than white and whiter than snow. They now have developed, or should I say, come to appreciate the essence of courage and determination. So for coming together, of course, I commend them. I do commend them because they have done very, very well. During this very meeting, they affirmed that peoples of southern Nigeria remain committed to the unity of Nigeria. Well, of course, that's expected if you consider they get their monthly allocation. Everyone wants to go to Asorok. So they will say they want unity of Nigeria. But they want unity of Nigeria on the basis of justice, fairness, equity, and oneness, and peaceful coexistence between and among these peoples with a focus on the attainment of shared goals for economic development and prosperity. English has no meaning. The latter part of what they have written here has no meaning because they've been saying this rubbish for very many years. Now, the second point on the communique states, observe that the incursion of armed herders, criminals and bandits into the southern part of the country has presented a severe security challenge such that citizens are not able to live their normal lives, including pursuing various productive activities, leading to a threat to food supply and general security. Basically, they are warning Fulani, Janjaweed, terrorist headsmen. Short for Miet Yala. They have now come out to say that they are concerned about the activities of Miet Yala. Consequently, the meeting resolved that open grazing of cattle be banned across southern Nigeria. In other words, if you see any cattle in any farm from tonight, anywhere in southern part of the zoo called Nigeria, you kill it. You are enforcing the law made, or should I say directive executive order made by those that you claim you voted for to look after your affairs. They noted that development and population growth has put pressure on available land and increased the prospects of conflict between migrating herders and local populations in the south. Given this scenario, it has become imperative to enforce the ban on open grazing in the south, including cattle movement to the south by foot. Nobody should bring cattle into the south. In other words, Ruga is dead. Cattle highway is dead. Cattle path and cattle routes, they are all dead. From what they deliberated and came to conclusion to this very day in Ahaba. They concluded that anywhere you see Miet Yala with their cattle on foot inside your farm or anywhere, of course, in the East, we call Eastern Security Network, and we treat them the way we have been treating them. Why are they saying this? Because we took the bulls by the horn. We don't mess about all this nonsense what they are doing, all that rubbish. I'm not taking go to the rubbish. If we find you in the bush, you are bushmeat. You are gone. Both you and your cattle, you are finished. So now that gave them some liver to come out to say that we are now banning cattle movement. Number 4, we recommend that the federal government should support willing states to develop alternative and modern livestock management systems. And I wonder, why are you taking permission from the federal government? Was it not the Osun state or whichever state in the west, in Yoruba land, imported 250 pregnant cows from the USA? That one didn't, once they told the cow, you are now in Nigeria, the cow broke away from the crate. I wanted to run back to the USA. A governor was able to do it without permission. But these ones, of course, they have to bow to their Fulani masters. They are taking permission from the Fulani, their Fulani Janjaweed, as if to say that cattle herding, or should I say animal husbandry or dairy products is the exclusive preserve of Mietiala. That is why you're going to the government to go and look for excuse to start your own cattle ranch in your states. Because you have agreed that nobody should enter into the cattle farming or rearing business unless you are a Fulani, unless you are Mietiala. Arrant nonsense. Pure bunkum. That is where I fault some of the things that they have said today. This one doesn't sit well with me. It doesn't sit. Why do you have to ask the state, the Abuja, to allow you to have cattle farms, or should I say, rare cattle, where you come from? You don't need permission from anybody. It is food for feeding of the people, so you don't need permission from anyone. Now, listen. They said they have agreed to progress. We have agreed that the progress of the nation requires that urgent and bold steps be taken to restructure the Nigerian Federation, leading to the evolution of state police, review of revenue allocation formula in favor of sub-national governments, and creation of other institutions which legitimately advance our commitment to and practice of true federalism. Once again, they're begging for restructuring. That's what they're asking for, but along state lines. Because they are governors. Because they know that if they ask for restructuring along the lines of region, vis-a-vis the Constitution of 1960 and 1963, somehow most of them will be out of a job. Do you see how parochial, do you see how selfish these people are? What concerns them is their office for them to protect it. That is why they are arguing for restructuring along state lines where you will not answer your name. Where somebody can say, oh, I'm from Rivers State, that has no meaning. I'm from Delta State, that has no meaning. I'm from a state that is named after a river, no longer the people. Because they know that if we ethnicize the identity of people in the zoo, our eyes, or the eyes of everybody, will open at the same time. They don't want to ethnicize it. What they want to do is to go with these same artificial boundaries, the same thing that the white man did. That is what they want to recreate. They want the entrenchment of the state system in the zoo in order for them to remain relevant and valid in office. And we are against that completely and totally. Now, these southern governors are recommending that in view of widespread agitations among our various peoples, here we come, we have now come into the play. Oduduwa and Biafra agitators, we are now in the game. They are now talking about us. Let us hear what they had to say. We recommend that in view of the widespread agitations, of course, by IPOB and Oduduwa agitators, among other various peoples, for greater inclusiveness in existing governance arrangements, the federal government should convoke a national dialogue as a matter of urgency. So we are now moving very close to that referendum we talked about, isn't it? Because after or once you pick up a gun, it will always end on a round table. Not the table with 4 corners, no. The rectangular ones, no. Always on a round table. And they now understand it very clearly. They are now calling for national dialogue. If they have the clout, if they have the presence of mind or conviction to push these things through, for their counterparts and their husbands in the north to agree to, is another matter altogether. But at least they have said it. And they must also be commended for it. They also recommended that in deference to the sensitivities of our various peoples, there is need to review appointments into federal, like federal character, that Fulani should not dominate everything. This is a very diplomatic way of saying that Fulani should not take over every sensitive security position in this. It must also go to other ethnic groups as well. Now, this is one that I love very, very much. We have resolved to foster cooperation among the southern states and the nation at large. For the very first time, they are saying that the Igbo and Yoruba will work together. Izon is there, Ijo is there, Ibibio is there, Efik is there. For the first time since 1914. Some of you may be shocked. This is the only time since Lugard, that wretched Lugard, came into the zoo to turn us into wild beasts and animals. I'm telling you, this is the first time that southern protectorate you've been hearing about, this is the first time that their so-called leaders are meeting since 1914. Over 100 years ago. Over 100 years ago, this is the first time they're meeting. Imagine if they had been meeting all these years as their northern counterparts were doing. Do you know why they met in Ahaba? They met for the simple reason that the divide and rule tactics of the north is no longer working. They can no longer divide us. And where I should give credit, I won't hesitate to give credit. There's a group called Nzuko Mona, the ones that started this handshake across for us. Of course, the boundary is not in Niger, it's in Igodomigodo. They started all this movement to try to unite the South. Nzuko Mona, they are called. They have been fighting for very many years. And I also give them credit because this is as a result of what they have been fighting for over the years. What Biafra and Oduduwa agitators did was to give impetus to this very thinking. That is why we are where we are today. For the first time since 1914, over a century ago, over 100 years ago, the leaders of the South are meeting to discuss something, should I say, issues of common interest. They have resolved now to cooperate. Let it not be that when your husband calls you now from the north, you start panicking and saying, I'm not part of it. I'm from the southeast. I'm from south, I'm from southwest. Once you maintain that united front, you are impregnable. Even if one stupid governor may be responding to what the husband is requesting from the north, once you are united and you're very, very strong, the Janjaweed will bow to you. These are the things you must understand and have that in mind. Now, they have expressed concern. This is where they now come to Radio Biafra. I want you to understand that this meeting today in Ahava is all about those that want freedom. And what we have been preaching on Radio Biafra for very many years, now it is sinking in. They pretend they don't listen, but everybody listens to what we have to say on this noble platform. I mean, absolutely everybody. They listen to us. And we are winning this very war of ideology and war of philosophy. Why am I saying this? The governors expressed concern on the continued gridlock on Oshodi-Apapa Expressway, which we have been talking about now for years, and the chokehold it has exerted on the nation's economy, being the sole outlet from Apapa Wharf. The meeting therefore recommended the activation and establishment of ports in other states of the Federation to create new jobs and promote socio-economic activities in the country. What I have been preaching for very many years, isn't it? When I was in the dungeon in DSS, somebody came to me and asked me, what would you like to see done? And I said to them that you must open the seaport in Warri, open the seaport in Iguacha that the white man named Port Harcourt, open the seaport in Calabar, and allow Onitsha River Port to function. In fact, you can even go as far as building another one in Lokoja as well. I wrote these things down and I gave it to the federal government of Nigeria. When the Eastern governors called us for a meeting, I went to Eastern governors and I gave them the same thing. I never asked them for any money. I didn't ask them for anything. I didn't ask them to make my life better, to buy me a helicopter or to buy me a private jet or to open an account for me in the Cayman Islands, stuffed with dollars. No, I asked them. I said to them that our people need employment. I said to them, go, the railways they're building in Nigeria today was my recommendation when I was in detention. I said to them, I'll give you this sound economic advice for free. But of course they misused it. I said to them, if you go to everything I've been preaching for the past, I don't know if it's 7 or 8 years, it is there. Now, for the first time, they have agreed. They have come together to agree that Warri Seaport should be opened. Calabar Seaport should be opened. Iguacha, that they call Port Harcourt Seaport, should be opened as well. Now, do you understand it? I want all the intellectuals to understand how far we have gone. We always win. I said to all of you, in the end we win. Just remain consistent. Do not waver. Do not move to the right or to the left. Remain where you are on the path of truth, justice, and honesty. Eventually, your ideas will prevail. And today it has prevailed. They are now asking for the creation of jobs and the promotion of socio-economic activities in the southern part of the damnable Zoological Republic. The meeting expressed concern on the economic implications of another lockdown on the country. Now they know. They now know. This is what I want to talk about this evening. Before this very news or communique was issued by the governors of the South, they are locking everybody down to stifle the economy, to move, harden the terrorists into the South, to commence the final onslaught, the final phase of the Islamization agenda of the Sokoto Caliphate. It's nothing to do with COVID. Absolutely nothing to do with COVID. They want to bring these people down to our land to commence the final onslaught before 2022, when they had hoped to overrun every inch of territory in the South on their path to the full Islamization of the damnable contraption we know as Nigeria. They do not want another lockdown, and therefore suggested greater coordination and cooperation between federal and state governments in evolving strategies for dealing with the pandemic. In other words, no, Yusuf Abubakar Mohammed cannot sit in Nasser Rock anymore and issue directives saying, oh, we're in a lockdown. And what stupid lockdown? The Fulanis are using it to stifle us. We are rice. The borders are open in the north. Oh. They can bring in rice. They can export cement. They can cooperate with their Niger Republic brothers and sisters and cousins. But in the South, they say no movement, lockdown. They want to stifle us economically, because if you don't have money, there is no way you can lobby the world. There is no way you can buy weapons. There is no way you can exert any measure of influence. They want to be the ones handling the money alone. That is what they are planning to do. But I'm glad that the southern governors have come to their senses, or have realized that eventually, or at last, they must rise up to say something about this stupid, ridiculous lockdown that the Janjaweed Caliphate is proposing. Now, they express very grave concern on the security challenge currently plaguing the nation, and strongly urge that Yusuf come and address also southern governors. That thing I've been preaching. How can you have a country where the president doesn't talk to you? Is that possible? Because they know we are waiting with our Unyokomita. We are waiting for them. Once that idiot comes out to speak, we will dissect, we will analyze, and they understand it. They do not want to put themselves to shame. That is the reason why he's no longer talking. Even the recorded ones you used to get once every 8 weeks, you're no longer getting it. Now the southern governors are saying to Asarok, please talk to us, we want to hear from you. Because they themselves are now convinced that Buhari is dead. They now know also that there is somebody in Asarok. Now they're asking him to come out to speak live to the people. And we know he can never do it. Because we are waiting. We have recruited new scientists. There is no trick they will bring. No artificial intelligence. There is no deep fake video they will bring out now that will not dissect from top to bottom. From top to bottom. Now, they express their gratitude to their host, which is Ifeanyi Okowa. He has done very well, of course. He has done very, very well to host this very meeting. I'm not excusing his idiocy and stupidity, but of course, for hosting, for once they're finding their voice. Do you know what? Do you know why they're talking? Because they know that the Fulani can no longer divide them. No longer can they be divided. No more. Because even if you divide the governors, the men on the ground,
in the last 8 years,
they are united.
They were followed by Al-Shabaab, ISK, Jamaatul Nasrut Islami wal Muslimi, JNIM. In the chart report, IS killed 1,045 in 410 attacks with 644 injured. Al-Shabaab killed 784 in 315 attacks with 1,016 injured. Islamic State Khorasan Province ISK killed 498 in 141 attack with 832 injured. Jamaatul Nasr Islam Wali Muslimi JNIM killed 279 in 77 attack with 215 injured. Balochistan Liberation Army BLA killed 233 in 30 attacks with 113 injured. In reaction to the updates, the publication caused widespread stir and condemnation from many, including my humble self, whereby I had made a viral tweet stating that, this one is, somebody got claim on here now. Mago, got those sides. Many other people know me, especially in America, including particular American military veteran, Igbo, and all those things. Let's leave this side. My heads are happy. Apparently, in response to the former protestation and the quantum public condemnation of the GTI IEP earlier today, reconsidered the publication a clarification that did not state, imply, or even suggest indirectly that it ranks IPOB as the 10th deadliest terrorist group in the world. The clarification states in part, we have read all this, so the thing is that they have retracted it, and some people will try to come and take glory. And these are the things we need to understand. We need to know how to cure it. Some people will try to come and claim some certain things. IPOB is working hard under DOS, headed by Mazi Nwachineke, to make sure that things are moving fine. And that is why we must give kudos and respect the DOS. Very, very important. These are some secret jobs being done without making noise on social media. There are people who make too much noise. You see them, they'll be making noise, talking, this, that, doing nothing. You see them doing nothing. So our own DOS are not like that. People have been claiming that they do this, they do that. All those things are lying. It is IPOB who follow this matter to the core. We follow this matter to the core, and we are still pursuing it. We are still following it up until we bring them to their knee. Very, very important. We can't forgive. We can't forgive. We can't forgive. We can't forget this matter. Tony Blair and co., the money they gave to him, how they lobbied them, all those things, they need to come and tell us. And we will demand. And we would like to shut this his institute down, shut it down. Shut it down, because that is a fraud institute that he has established, using it to make money. Because the man is nobody in British politics because of the evil he committed. The man is nobody. He's a murderer. Tony Blair is a murderer. He's a murderer. Let's take another news. Let's take another news. This one. Over 590 repentant Boko Haram terrorists graduate from Nigeria rehabilitation program. Apologize for killing. Nokwa. Only in Nigeria where terrorists will apologize and go scot-free. But other people are languishing in Nigerian jail. There are people who committed lesser crime, if I will use that word. They are languishing in jail. But terrorists, those who have been killing and cutting people's head, have been forgiven, rehabilitated, and reintegrated into the society. The other day I read a news about a rehabilitated and repentant and de-radicalized Boko Haram who is the one giving information to his colleagues in the forest as they bomb some certain, as they bomb a Nigerian army and their vehicle in Bruno. I remember I shared this news here. But this one now, they are telling us that they are pumping in 594 repentant and de-radicalized into the society of Nigeria. 594 have graduated. Could you imagine? This is a country where a terrorist, in fact, if you want to be promoted, go and commit crime. The moment you commit crime, finish. You will be elevated. You become somebody in the society in Nigeria. I tell you. Somebody said it now, that even a Boko Haram, a repentant Boko Haram can still become a president of Nigeria. Have you forgotten that statement? Look at the number of Boko Haram they caught, killing Nigerian soldiers. The same Nigerian soldiers is the one rehabilitating them. And they use Igbo man. They use Igbo man. Oh God. Whereby there are people, freedom fighters. Our own brothers and sisters are in Nigerian jail for years now, just because they carry placard and flag protesting. They are languishing in DSS dungeon. Some are in prison. But a terrorist with AK-47 killing with knife, cutting people's head, burning Nigerian military facilities, had been set free. Not just set free, be rehabilitated by the same security institute that they have been killing. And now they want to pump them into the society that caused them to become Boko Haram, because nothing have changed since they left the society. The society has become worse. The price of fuel is increasing, because by May 29 they will scrap off completely their subsidy. There is no cash, and they will push these people back into that society that forced them to join terrorists, and things will become worse. Only in Nigeria these things are happening. This is the non-kinetic you always hear from the mouth of Professor Yusuf, the Fulani man, because he have seen that all these boys are Fulani boys. These are their boys. And you heard what Sheikh Gumi said. Sheikh Gumi said that these people are their forest warriors. Now 594 of them are about to reintegrate into the society. About 594 rehabilitated Boko Haram members have graduated from the Nigerian government Operation Safe Corridor, the de-radicalization, rehabilitation and the reintegration camp in Malam City, Kwame local government area of Gombe State. They are using this after our own 3R. How do they call it? Reconciliation, reintegration and rehabilitation, which we did not see anything. They now put their own DRR. In anything that happened in the south, they will always attribute it to their own. But let's leave that side first. Let's go to the chronic aspect of this message. The DRR program was established by the Nigerian government in 2015 to de-radicalize and reintegrate the ex-Boko Haram fighters into society. Speaking during the graduation ceremony, the camp commandant, Colonel Uche Nnabihe, Onyibo. Colonel Uche Nnabihe, you would have asked them after the civil war, which general now conducted is the commandant of the 3R. Colonel Uche Nnamdi, you were Muslim, because for them to be pushing you people up, there is a level they don't take you unless you follow them. These are the things. We know all those things. Who knows? But Kanaga, my question to you, Uche Nnamdi, the Colonel Uche Nnamdi, the commandant, which of the general presently supervise the 3R of the Gowan set up after the civil war, after the genocidal war? None. But they are using you now, using your brain to de-radicalize their own terrorists. You may not know what they are using you to do. Speaking during the graduation ceremony, the camp commandant, Colonel Uche Nnamdi, said 15 clients held from Adamawa, 495 from Borno, 16 from Yobe, 16 from Kanu, 3 from Gombe, 13 from Kaduna, 1 from Kogi, 12 from Bauchi, 5 from Jigawa, 5 from Katsina, and 4 from Kebbi, 1 from Nasarawa, and 1 from Plateau, while 2 are from Zamfara State. This statistic in put to Honyibo. Even they would have said 1 from Imo State, or 3 from Ebonyi, 5 from Anambra. You know that kind of thing, because that is how they play their game, so that the world will see it and see Boko Haram as a kind of something that is everywhere. You know, those kind of brain. This one, they didn't play that game, because that is what I was expecting in these statistics. Nnamdi said, out of the 594 graduating repentant terrorists, 590 are Nigerians, while 4 others are foreigners, 3 Nigerian and 1 Chadian. What's the difference between northern Nigeria and Chadian and Nigeria? They are the same thing. They are the same thing. Is it the governor of Jigawa or who? That was the one we read about the news. That one is direct from Niger, but he is a governor. According to Punch, the camp commandant stated that 588 clearance are Muslim, while 6 are Christian. You see, they have come. How can 6 people be Christian fighting for Boko Haram? The Christian that is joining Boko Haram to fight these people is he fighting for Jesus? Is he? Listen to what they said here. If you go through this news, you just According to the Punch, the camp commandant stated that 588 clearance are Muslims, while 6 are Christians. This thing is just to present to the world. Let the world see it as if Christians is part of this Boko Haram of a thing. This thing is lie. That is why I said in the first statistic they released, I said they would have made or tell you that 2 is from Akwa Ibom, 1 is from Cross River, the other one is from Delta. They would have put. We know these people with their brain. How can you say that 6 people out of them are Christian? How will a Christian join Boko Haram? If Boko Haram catch a Christian, they will kill him. Or has the person converted? You made it very clear. But they just want to put the name of the Christian in order to buy the mind of the foreign medias and all those things. As if Christians are part of Boko Haram. Don't mind them. And they are using Igbo man brain. They are using Igbo man brain. We know them very well. Any step they made, we will catch them. Onyinde has opened our eyes. He explained that upon arrival, medical tests were conducted on them while their data were captured by the National Identity Management Commission. Nnamdi said today marks yet another milestone in the de-radicalization, rehabilitation, and the reintegration program for regular batch 6 2002 and the special batch 4 2002 clients that arrived the DRR camp between September 2022 and October 8, 2022 for a mandatory de-radicalization and the rehabilitation and reintegration program. Upon arrival, the clients, totaling 594, were subjected to comprehensive physical and medical tests by a combined team of a medical expert from the DRR camp clinic and the Federal Teaching Hospital, Gombe. The medical tests, look at terrorists are given this kind of treatment. Go there now, you see a Gombe citizen who cannot access the medical attention. But a terrorist, that's why I tell you, if you want to be great in Nigeria, you commit crime. You join the Boko Haram. From the Boko Haram, you now come out. What of the families that they have destroyed, some of them with bullets in their body? Who is taking care of them? Is there any program or institute set up by Nigeria to be taking care of those that have been wounded and attacked by Boko Haram? Is there any institute like that? No. But the people who committed those heinous crimes for some time are now being given a preferential treatment. How can the zoo grow? It will never. It will never. The medical tests were aimed at ascertaining the health status of the client towards providing proper and adequate care during the DRR training cycle. Nnamdi added that they were trained in skills for self-reliance after reinterpretation their communities in this regard. 85 clients trained as barber, 81 clients trained as shoemaker, 158 clients choose welding as vocation of choice, while 213 clients selected tailoring. More so, 38 clients were trained in carpentry, while 28 learned skills in laundry service. All the clients participated in the mandatory integrated farming training activities, which include agro, poultry, and fish farming. Now, listen, they now teach these people handwork. There are millions of zoologians inside the country roaming about. Nigeria would have made a camp where they will pack people and go and train them in carpentry work and all those things. Why a terrorist is more important to Nigeria than a citizen that are innocent looking for job or looking for who to train him? But they have trained 594 terrorists. They have trained them in carpentry work, in tailoring, in shoemaking, and etc. I want you to understand the brain of Nigerian government. These are terrorists that have killed people, that have made some family crying today. There are people now, they are orphaned, they are widows, they are poor today as a result of activities of these 594 de-radicalized and repentant Boko Haram members. Today now, look at the kind of treatment they are giving to them, giving them skills, whereby there are citizens of Nigeria who might have been paying tax to the government, looking for job, being honest, being obedient, following the rules and regulations of the country on daily basis. Still, he has never benefited even 1% something tangible from the government. But a terrorist from Borno State, from Zamfara, from Kanu, from Kaduna, even from Niger and Chad, has been trained by Nigerian government or Nigerian military that the same people have been killing. Ihe Nigeria na agbagharịgharị ina akọwagasịsị ya, ọ na agbagharịgharị. Chineke mere anyị ebere. Meanwhile, a repentant Boko Haram member, Muhammad Abba, during the graduation ceremony, apologized to Nigeria for their atrocities on various communities and the country after they have destroyed Nigeria. After he has been killing, bombing, cutting people's head, and all those people have died. Cutting destiny short. People who have future destiny, bright future, to do things, to do exploit in this world, in different departments. These terrorists cut off their head. Now he is apologizing, saying sorry. If that is the way the world is designed, why will I become a good man? I don't need to be a good man. I'll just dip into evil, committing all manner of heinous crimes, even make money out of it, then I will come and repent and say, sorry, my fellow people, for all the evil that I have done to you, and allow me to reintegrate into the society. Then I will become somebody in the society and even employ those that I have oppressed and suppressed. That is what is going on here. The man is apologizing. This thing is happening because they are northern Nigerian Muslims. That is it. Cure ED. If this thing is from the southeast, it will not happen. They will use Kanu jet and bomb us. They will kill us completely. What is the difference between this thing and the Asaba massacre? Have you forgot Asaba massacre? Asaba massacre was after the war. Everybody have surrendered. And they call, what's this stupid Igbo man? Umasanda Ikenwachuku. And what's his name? Major General, what's his name? I've forgotten that Fulani guy name that they killed him during the coup. All of them came to Asaba and they massacre our people in Asaba. They massacre Asaba people. These are innocent people that were not even part of the war. These are women. These are men, young youths that they are not soldiers. They did not kill anybody. You will not say that the reason why they commit their Asaba massacre was as a result of these people had been participated in the war. No, sir. Nothing like that. None of them, the people killed during the Asaba massacre. Go and ask the Igwe one day during the anniversary of that, remembrance of that massacre, was given how something happened. He said none of them were part of the Biafran soldiers. Moreover, there is no any soldier that will suppress himself. It's just like presently now in this struggle. Even they say amnesty or whatever. They will finish you immediately. There was none of the Biafran soldiers there. It was just neutral people, innocent men. They massacred them. Asaba massacre. They finished them. They destroyed everybody. They killed both young and old. And took some women back to Kanu. But here now, a Boko Haram repentant man, because he's a Muslim and northern Nigeria, from Kanu, from Kaduna, from Sokoto, from Meduguri, is tendering you apology. And you must surely accept it. You must surely accept it. There's no two ways about it. What will you do? There's nothing you can do. What will you do? There's nothing. But in our own, during the war, after the war, they went to Asaba and massacre our people. But here now, they have called it non-kinetic. They have called it non-kinetic and de-radicalized. Oku China de because I want mumu the worst. Because before you know it now, you can make all these things accept. Tomorrow now, these people, after they have come now, wait now, you hear recruitment. Watch now. After some weeks now, whatever, you hear recruitment in DSS or in police or in the military. Through that recruitment now, they have gathered their data. They will now recruit them. These are the people that will be shooting you on a spot, and they will call it accidental discharge. They will push them to the southeast. They will be shooting our people anyhow. You think we will keep quiet? No. That is why we must fight Biafra. That is why we must fight. Anything that will stop us from fighting Biafra, we bring that thing down. That is it. We have taken the oath of allegiance to our peaceful and loving country, Nigeria. Look at, he's calling Nigeria peaceful and loving country, Nigeria now, because he has cheated Nigeria. He is a terrorist who destroyed Nigeria, killed Nigerians. Now, the Mumu in Nigeria has accepted him. You understand? So he's calling Nigeria his lovely country. We know the consequences of taking an oath with the Quran or the Holy Bible. All your members in the House of Assembly, all of them use their Holy Bible and their holy books to take oath. Then they will steal. So if you betray your oath, Allah will not be happy with you. He will punish you. Even if you escape the security of Nigeria, you can't escape Allah. What of the sin you have committed? What of the people you have killed? We are certain of this. We will be faithful, loyal, faithful to the allegiance and the oaths we have taken. This is the terrorist speaking. This is the terrorists, the repentant, the de-radicalized, the ones that have graduated. 594 people. 594. Oh God, have mercy. No punishment, nothing. Go to Nigerian court, Nigerian prison today. You see IPOBs languishing in jail. You did not arrest him with gun, no knife, no penknife, no dagger. You caught him. They were even tracking the line. Some were in a meeting. Some were protesting. Until today, there were even some NSAS people. Is it not? Did you not see a video that surfaced when the Lagos State election was coming up? A boy came out and said he was arrested. He's part of the NSAS protest. He was arrested. Sanwo-Olu went and brought him out because he wanted to rig himself back. Many people are languishing in jail, but because they are from the southern Nigeria, because they are from the eastern Nigeria, because they are Christian, they cannot receive this presidential pardon. They can't. You can't see it. They will never give it to them. They can't. This is why we must destroy Nigeria. This is why we must bring Nigeria down. This is why the disintegration of the zoo is certain. Nothing can stop it. Because the black man themselves, that they are frustrating his life inside Nigeria, don't have sense. He can't dictate. It's just like a dog. When you are doing bad to dog don't know. Dog don't know what you are doing to him. That is it. When you are abusing the right of a dog, he doesn't know. As long as you give him food. That is how the brain of a black man is. That is why we need to disintegrate Nigeria. Then Biafra will rise. We will set a pace. And people will say, oh, this is black people. This is what they are doing. They will emulate. But now, there is no any country in the world that is a full black man country that either black African can emulate. That is why all this rubbish are going on. But we are not going to relent. Very, very important. Let's take this news finally. I love this news. I have never seen any Nigerian who has probably killed more Igbos than Obasanjo. Sowore knocks ex-president over Igbophobia comment. Yes. You know, was it 2 days ago, our professor governor is celebrating his 100 days in office. Professor Megoro Afranya as Professor Yamwapukwa, and I meant know this 100 years. We don't know most. I don't know much. If there is, you let me know, because my own I always compare with that of the white people. I will compare with what white people have done. That I give you money, you go to market and buy something to me, does not mean that you are the owner of that thing. You just help me to buy something. That is it. I give you money, you go to market, you buy something for me, is different. The only way I can greet you, thank you so much, is maybe I gave you $20 to buy things for me, to buy something to cook soup and the stew, and you went there, you were managed to bargain and added some of your own wisdom, and at the end of it, you were able to come back with some balance to me and extra things. That is the time I will respect you so much. That is the time I will respect you so much and pay attention to whatever you are telling me. But apart from that, it is rubbish. Because this is what our governors always do. They will tell you that they are repairing road. It's nothing. It's not a new thing. It's just because corruption is too much. Because there are too much corruption. So you can just take money and you know that after eating this money, you won't be penalized. You just do whatever you want to do and go scot-free. That is why they are doing all those things, and they'll be hitting. If they manage to construct 1 or 2 roads or build one infrastructure, they'll tell you that they do this, they do that, which is rubbish. Compare it with the white people who are emulating what they are doing. It's rubbish. It's nothing. Compare it to developing nation. It's nothing. Even the idea itself, it didn't come from him. We must tell you the gospel truth. So we must know what our professor in governor have done, that is celebrating his 1 year in office. He's celebrating his 1 year in office. We would like to see that thing. I will respect you based on what you do. It's not by title. Title is rubbish. Very, very important. So Obasanjo was there, and I would like us to look into this matter. This news is getting difficult to come out. I don't know why. Why are you delaying taking my time? All right, it's out now. I have never seen any Nigerian who has probably killed more Igbo than Obasanjo. Shawore knocks ex-president over Igbophobia comment. That is it. That is it. Even when Obiano was the governor of Anambra State, I think, is it yearly, he will always invite Gowon in our land. He will invite Gowon that killed us, do all manner of evil. They will bring him to our land to honor them. And the spirit of the dead that have died, that are looking for vengeance, for justice, will be disturbing. That is why everywhere now, bagaragara. Because all these people that are ruling us are clowns. They don't reason. Somebody who kill you, destroy you, they are the one they will invite. And as Showore said, it's true. Obasanjo killed us more than any other person. But today he's trying to bring out the Igbophobia comment. And we are applauding him. Forgetting what, even though he himself, the Olusegun Obasanjo is an Igbo man. Obasanjo is a pure Igbo man. A sitting senator in Nigerian government, in Nigerian chamber, a Yoruba man, somebody, Antonio, whatever, said it. It's not me. If you Google it, you see it. He said Obasanjo is an Igbo man. And that is why that example he gave in that matter, that when he become the president, he appointed the Soludo and the Okonjo, and people were saying Igbo this, Igbo that, or whatever. He says because of that, he was compensating his own people. He believes he's too old or whatever. He don't want to return back to Onitsha where he come from. And all those things. But the blood was fighting, and he killed his people more than any other person. Let's hear what Showore said here. A human rights advocate and the presidential candidate of the African Action Congress, AAC, during the 2023 election, Omoyele Showore, has said he had not seen any Nigerian who probably killed more Igbo people than former President Olusegun Obasanjo. Igbo people has become of something everybody can kill anyhow. If you wake up, you just kill Igbo people. You just kill Igbo people. They have been killing us like chicken. Obasanjo killed, this one killed. And this is why we are fighting to get our nation. The sovereign state of Biafra is the only thing that will stop all this thing. You can't just be killing us anyhow. Showore stated this during an interview on Mike on podcast with Shun Akimbaloye on Saturday in response to Obasanjo's recent remark about Igbophobia. He accused the former president of exploiting the Igbo people emotion in order to gain undeserved praise. He narrated how Obasanjo, as a top officer in the Nigerian army during the Civil War, led a massacre that resulted in the death of millions of the Igbos. It's true. Obasanjo was a commander at that time, and he massacred our people. People were killed in their millions under them. There's one brigadier general, is it Adeyinka or whatever? The one I remember when he died, Nigerian newspaper said died wretchedly. He fought. That one said that he himself alone, that he killed 150,000 Igbos during the war. The number he was shooting people and counting it, about 150,000 Igbo he massacred. Major, they call him Scorpion or whatever. I've forgotten his real name. He said, I was reading a headline Obasanjo was saying about Igbophobia. This is a guy who went to the east and stopped people dead and shoot people dead because they wanted Biafra. He was one of the officers that obtained the surrender of Biafrans. They were asking for a nation. Obasanjo and others, Theophilus Danjuma, Muhammadu Buhari, Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, they went to the east and killed up to 3.5 million people. That is true. Do you know that all these people that kill us are still alive? That's one thing I don't understand. But the whole general that fought during our own time are dead. I don't understand this issue. Babangida is still alive. Buhari, okay, Buhari is dead. Theophilus Danjuma is there. Gowon is there. Yeah? But our own people have died. I don't know. Sometimes when I calculate all these things, if Babangida is still there, they don't want to die. Obasanjo is still alive. Even though Obasanjo is an Igbo man. All of them are still alive. These are the people who command the war. And they finish us. Showore has said it. It's a recorded fact here. They did not even apologize for it. Maybe 60 years later, you are saying you suddenly find out that people hate Igbo when you in Nigerian uniform went and killed children, women, men, boys who are of Igbo extraction. Exactly. I was really livid that he suddenly found out that there is Igbophobia when the Nigerian army carried out a massacre, and because he wants to play an intelligence and emotion of the Igbos, they will be clapping for him. Oh, Obasanjo is now our human rights defender. He is fighting for Igbo. I have never seen anybody among Nigerians that has probably killed more Igbos than Obasanjo. They killed people during the Civil War. Showore said Obasanjo himself wrote in his book how he contributed to the Igbo massacre during the Civil War. Yeah, it's true. Our people have forgotten all this. Is it not a shame to us? If this man now, a Yoruba man, Showore, didn't say this, that you will not hear such a thing from any Igbo historian. You will not. Tomorrow now, you will see that they will send somebody, a Yoruba man, to write our history and will be making noise. Yeah. Why will they Britain? There was a time they brought a Yoruba guy to act a movie or whatever, to write something about Biafra. And all of us were making noise. After Obasanjo's visit, could any of our historians, could any of our, what do you call them, academicians or whatever from the university or activists, able to figure out this thing that this man have said? No. Do you see it in any of the newspaper? Everybody is ready for a political appointment. Everybody, because anyone that is looking, aspiring for any post or whatever, will not like to say what Showore is saying. Tomorrow, when they will impose them on us to be our leader, to tell our stories, we will be lamenting. Rather, we will leave what we're supposed to do and be blaming Bible, Jesus, pastor, church, all those things. That is where we'll look at what happened. Obasanjo came, he stole the emotion of the Igbo people in 1 year anniversary or whatever. I don't know, the stupid professor called him. I don't know why he's calling him in Igbo land. I don't know what he has done. I don't know his reason. The man came there, he exploited the emotion of our people by making a comment of Igbophobia. None of our own people, activists, whatever, who claim they have sense, could be able to figure out what Showore is saying. Tomorrow now, when they will appoint Showore, say, go and write what you know about this on the Igbo people and the Civil War. Everybody will be making noise. But you are ready now. The only place you are channeling your energy is church, pastor, religion, Christian, yeah. Nobody can figure all these things out. Nobody will see all these things. This is what is destroying us, because most of the time we will use our hand to create what is destroying, instead of us to do the right thing. If this man didn't say this thing, you wouldn't have it. You would just forget about it. Just go. Those in that conference hall there that Soludo brought has already expressed their joy with Obasanjo, clap hand for him and go, without reminding him what he did, how he massacred pregnant women and innocent children. of his own extraction, because he has Igbo blood. His father is an Igbo man. His father is an Igbo man. But none of our own activists will do it. But if it is this thing is for other people, you see Igbo activists will be writing, promoting, because we want to be relevant. We want to be relevant in that. We want to be appointed. We want to be posted. This guy has the potential of serving in any of the government, but he still stood on the truth, speaking the truth, attacking the government. But you, an activist, you, whatever you call yourself, your own activist is just political, where a political party will call you, give you some certain rights and all those things, recognize you, maybe probably make you to become senator or become House of Reps, so that when you go there and be receiving 20 million or 30 million every month, you share it into two and give him half and all those things. That is how you'll be preparing yourself. You make yourself such a good candidate. You will never remember this kind of thing. To tell the new generation the sin of this man, because a boy of 30 years today don't know how Obasanjo, Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, Theophilus Danjuma, Gowon, how they massacred Igbo people during the war, which was genocide. Ojukwu came out and said, this is genocide, this is no more war. How many of us are writing those things? You can't even teach it in school. Now that is social media era, now that is internet era, you would have used it to be pushing it. Come again on Facebook, you gonna call church, religion, church, pastor, offering, tithe. Instead of use that means to teach the young ones something, history that had been taken away from them, you will not hear such a thing from them. The so-called ones in Abuja will only just be gallivanting, jumping from one table to another, looking for crumbs to eat. As I read this news, a lot of thought came into my brain. A lot of thought. And I look at this man. I say, this man is not an Igbo man. He's a Yoruba man. But many of us has watched that clip. Even when P2B was coming in, people were clapping hands, shouting, yeah, yeah, yeah. But you could not see the scene of that Olusegun. You could not ask, what is Soludo bringing this man in Anambra for? What has Soludo, tell me one great thing that have happened that Soludo will be clapping for himself as a professor he is. Talk less of bringing Obasanjo. Tell me one man, what he has built there. Nothing. Do you know the number of people that have died? Kidnappings and all those things. Those ones that his security men are killing. Rubbish. May God help us. Let's finish the news. Let's finish the news. So they said, Obasanjo himself wrote in his book how he contributed to the Igbo massacre during the Civil War. He also stated that Obasanjo was wrong when he claimed that Nigeria began to fall apart after 2023 presidential election. According to Showore, the country has been dealing with problem of disintegration for a long time. That is it. I give him kudos for this and saying it on radio, and as we're publishing it. At least some young generation from Igbo extraction that can hear this from their own so-called activists who have an historian who has this information, at least will hear it from another person, at least, so that we will not go extinct completely. That is it. That is it. This is Radio Biafra Hausa-Service 2 coming to you from the platform of Radio Biafra London under the leadership of one and only Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ohamadike, one of Biafra land. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the only incorruptible leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. He is the director of Radio Biafra and her television, the commander of the armies of Biafra and the greatest man living on this planet Earth. And this broadcast is coming to you from me.
That armed bandits are settled in our farmlands and forests. Igbo boys hold a meeting in Enugu, and SSS or whatever it is called suddenly discovers where they are and lives are lost. This is not acceptable. This is the type of thing that will turn a country to a land littered with just ruins. It is not possible that here in Nsukka we hear the Muslim call to prayer from our windows in our bedrooms as early as 4 a.m. And a Christian who in Abuja takes her Bible to call people to accept Jesus Christ is murdered by an Islamic fundamentalist and nothing happens. It cannot continue. And these are the things we have to say no to. It is not just about SARS. It is about injustice. It is about violence. It is not possible that Muslims in this country can acquire land and build mosques anywhere. Many mosques are rising in Nsukka now. And Christians can no longer obtain land to build churches, even in the so-called Christian, the same in everything. There must be different levels of governance and autonomy. Because if SARS is so oppressive in the south and so helpful in the north, then there must be different standards in the north and in the south. Some call it restructure, some call it anything. I'm not interested in the name, but there must be some form of decentralization of governance in this country if we want to move forward. There is too much power and money at the center. That is why governance is no longer service.
Young girl, Deborah Yakubu Samuel, 200 or 300 level, Shehu Shagari, College of Education, Sokoto, just uttered a voice note in their WhatsApp group class. They tagged it blasphemy. You said you were one Nigeria. They came to the school, brought her out from the class. Where was security? Where were the Nigeria DSS and Nigeria Army? To watch the video, the young lady was running for her dear life. She saw death, painful death. She was brutally killed. Her life was snatched from her forcefully by the Muslims. Just because she said Holy Ghost fire. Why sending religious things in our WhatsApp group? This is a class WhatsApp group made for students, made for information. They ganged up and tagged it blaspheming, and you say we are one Nigeria. Where we are the politicians, where we are men, she was running and screaming for life. People were passing, cars she was stoned to death. And the only thing Nigeria could tell us was only 2 persons arrested out of hundreds of people that stoned this young lady. Not only that 2 were arrested, 34 lawyers headed by a professor of law demanding that the killers of Deborah should be released. 34 Muslim Islam lawyers volunteered, came out to defend the murderers that killed an innocent young girl. 34 lawyers headed by a professor of the law to demand for their release. Even the chief of Imam of Sokoto, Abuja, came out publicly to say what those people did committed murder.
Jama'a assalamu alaikum, ina kwananku, ina gajiya, ina wuni. Jama'a mun ce ina kwana, ina gajiya, ina wuni, saboda lokaci ba daya bane, kuma Allah ya yi ta zai gangan domin dinga nuna maka wai shine Allah. Kowane lokaci muna tambaye ka kana jin tsoron Allah? Yaya ne mutum zai gane yana jin tsoron Allah? Ba wai da baki bane, aikin da kake yi shine zai nuna maka, nuna ma duniya wai da gaskiya kana jin tsoron Allah. Jama'a yau kuma mun fito mu dinga mu ci gaba da aikinmu da wazin da muke fito ma duniya akan abin da za a yi a tabbatar abu ya sassanta mana mu bakin fata irin wahalan da muke sha a duniya ayayi yawa, kuma muna shan wannan wahala saboda wawancin mu ai shi yasa wannan abun yake dame mu. Jama'a yau wannan maganar da na kawo ai an cewa mutum 594 wai su wanda aka kama a Boko Haram. Bayan da aka kama su an ce su sun tuba, kuma ana so a mayar da su a tabbatar da an jara kansu tunaninsu da sauransu kuma su shiga cikin gari su fara suna harka da mutane a Nigeria ike faru a kama terrorist a bar shi a bashi abinci a bashi gida a bashi riga mai kyau da komi a bar shi a zona a kwanta kaman shekara daya ko rabi ko yaya ne a bashi ana kawo mishi likita yana nuna jikinsa da komi a bashi abinci mai kyau da sauransu. Bayan wannan za a bar shi kuma a koya mishi aiki ma za a koya mishi aiki ya shiga gari ya fara aiki. Bayan da akwai mutane wanda suke cikin gari suna zanga-zanga kawai an kama su an kulle su shekara daya 2 3 4 5 ma suna cikin akule ba same su da wuka ba same su da bindiga ba same su da ada ba same su da kusa an rike su da kadi kawai ko da tuta kawai an rike su da kadi ko da tuta shine aka kulle su. Amma duba a cikin Nigeria yanzu mutane wanda suke kama mutane suna kashe mutane suna yanka mutane suna kashe sojojin Nigeria da yan sanda sun konkone wanansu gidan yan sanda da sojoji barak na soja nawa ne an kunne a Borno State so nawa ne yayi kai ka sani wanansu gari wanansu koyoyi a cikin Borno State su Boko Haram sun kokone sun kakkashe mutane wanansu yanzu ba su da baba ko mama wanansu ba su da hayaya an kakkashe su akan wannan Boko Haram akan wannan mutane. To bayan da suke yi wannan bikin zunubi suke shigo cikin Nigeria suke ba kansu sojoji wanda suke kashe danwansu suke karba su aka bar su a cikin camp kuma ana ta ba su abinci. Irin wannan abun a Nigeria kawai zai faru bare faru a America. Ko in ka tuba ke barawo yanzu ka sassata abun mutane gobe kuma ka fito ka ce ka tuba za a yi da ke ka tuba za a gode Allah ka tuba amma dole ne ka sha waya wannan abun da ka yi dole ne tun da akwai doka a kansa dole ne kai ka shiga dokan. Shi ya sa gari ke tashi shi ya sa abu yake tafiya mai kyau shi ya sa ana cin dadi wanansu gari kaman America kaman Ingila kaman France kaman Spain da sauransu. Amma a Nigeria yanzu an ce an fito da yaran an koya musu aiki. To magana biyu wanda ni ina fito akan wannan abun. Na farko menene ya sa musu suke sa hannu a cikin aikin Boko Haram? Menene? Karka ce min wai saboda addini ne ko menene ba su da aiki. Yunwa ne yayi rashin aiki rashin yunwa abu baya tafiya akwai talauci da yawa a cikin gari. Suke gendama idan suke shige koyin mewa za su dinga cin abinci mai wadansu sun sa kai. To yanzu an fito da su yanzu a cikin garin wanda ya takura musu garin da ya takura musu cikin garin da ya takura musu shekara nawa ne shi yasa suke fara aikin Boko Haram. Yanzu shekara nawa ne suke zo a cikin koyen suke yi aikin Boko Haram suke shiga kampi aka yi musu the radicalization the repentant the rehabilitation da sauran maganan banza da aka fadai. An gama wannan mai waya ke shekara 3 4 5 suke bari gari. To yanzu ana so a mayar da su a cikin garin. Yaya ne garin yake? Garin yana da kyau. Garin yana da kyau. Mai ma garin yana da dadi lokacin da suke fara aikin Boko Haram. Balanta yanzu ai. Mai wa gari yana da dadi lokacin fiye da yanzu ai. Saboda ba abin da aka jara yanzu nawa ne ana sayar petrol mai shekara 2 3 4 5 wanda ya wuce nawa ne ana sayar petrol mai yanzu kana da kudin maka je banki ma bara baka bayi ka gani irin damuwa wanda yake cikin gari. To a za fito yanzu a kama wannan mutane a ce sun shigo cikin gari ga damuwa kuma ga damuwan ya karu so 5 damuwa ya karu so 5 ko shida ko bakwai ma damuwan ya karu ai. So za a mayar da su bayan da wanda suke cikin garin ma waɗansu yanzu suna neman hanya wadda za su bin mutanen Boko Haram, suna neman hanya saboda wahalan da ana sha cikin gari. To aka kama wannan kuma aka hana su a mayar da shi a cikin gari yayi. Jama'a, ina magana wannan, ina fito maka da wannan lissafi dal domin kai ka fara yi tunani irin kokolan mu bakin fata. Gwamnatin mu ai wawaye ne, wawan gwamnati ba su san abin da ana yi. Ba a san abin da ana yi san ko daya. Kana gina mun wai idan suka shigo gari yanzu za su zona. Mene sati wanda ya wuce a nan ina magana ina karanta labarin duniya, akwai wani mutum aka kama ina gina Borno ne ko a Sokoto, an ce wai shi yana cikin mutane wanda an ce wai sun tuba aka fito da su. Shi ne ike ba su abin nan, ike ba su information inda sojoji suke, suna sa musu bombe ana kakkashe sojojin Najeriya. To mai amfani rehabilitation din? Mai amfani rehabilitation din? Ai ba wani amfani yayi. Shi mutum din an kama shi, sojoji sun kama shi, bai sani wai ana bin hanya line dinsa. Din maganan da ike yi a waya ana bita, aka tabbatar wai shi ne. Bayan da an fito da shi, bayan da wai yana cikin gari, shi ne ike gya yanwan shi Boko Haram wanda suke cikin koye, lokacin da sojoji za su zo, lokacin da sojoji za su tafi yayi, inda za su bari bombi din, sojoji yana wucewa a nan da motocinsu da yawa. Shi ne ike ba su wannan labari yayi, suna kakkashe sojojin Najeriya, an kama shi yayi. To wannan ai daya ne, daya a cikin mutum 100 da nawa ne wanda suke cikin gari. Jama'a, ina tambaye ka me yasa mutane suna yin wannan abun? Saboda ba abun da ya canja bai. Da gwamnati tun shekara 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ko shekara 7, 8 wanda gwamnatin Buhari ya shigo yana mulki, da ana jara, ana gini kompananoyi inda ana abin nan, ana ginin, ana manufacturing ko handset ko motoci ko takalama ko riga ko abinci kamar inda ana yi a turawa jayi. Wannan mutane za su samu aikin da za su kowane lokaci da safe mutum zai gude je aiki, kare je leti, kara kore shi da sauransu. Mutum zai gudu ya je aiki, zai dawo kuma in yana dawo da yamma ya riga ya koshi, ya riga ya geji, bare iya yi komi ba. Ko ka ce mushi ana Boko Haram kaza, bare saurare ka. Amma kudin da za a yi wannan abin shine zaka gani su Atiku Abubakar dinsu da sauransu a arewan za su kwakwashe duk kudi, za a siya duk gidaje inda yake a Dubai. Za su je su siya duk gidajen a Dubai. To yanzu an kama waɗansu mutane wanda ya kamata ce a kasa waje za a kai shi a koti a rike dukansa, wanda za a kashe su, wanda za a bari a kirkira bari su. An bari su sun shigo cikin gari yayi, sun shigo cikin gari yanzu an kara damuwa yi, saboda damuwa a cikin garin yana nan a wajen, damuwa bai canja ba yana karu. Yanzu za a cire subsidy, kudin da yana sa a rage mai, za a cire shi yanzu, abubuwa zai karu ai. Wannan mutanen da kana gani za su koma saboda abu bai canja ba, damuwa ya karu ai. Muna tambaye ku yaya ne za a yi? Idan ba mu yi gaskiya ba, idan ba mu fito ba mu ce wannan magana wanda wannan mutane suke yi ai ne gaskiya, mu bita shine zai jana mana gari. Sai da lokacin da muke yi, idan ba mu yi ba wallahi mu manta kawai abu bare taba yi kyau a Nigeria. Wallahi abu bare taba yi kyau a Nigeria. Bai kamata ce mu muna wan Nigeria, bai kamata ba. Shine ike kawo damuwan gaba daya. Wahalan da kana shiya saboda ana cikin wan Nigeria, wahalan da kake shiya, abin da yasa wannan mutane suke sa kan a Boko Haram da sauransu, ana bandit ai saboda ana wan Nigeria. Idan ba wan Nigeria wannan abin bare faru ba, bare faru. Amma kuma idan kana so wannan Nigeria din, to a ci gaba ai abu damuwa zai karu. Jama'a, shine maganan da muka kawo muku mutane 590 da hudu Boko Haram da aka kama an mayar da su an koya musu aiki ma an ba su kudi bayan da mutane wanda suke kashe dan wansu da abubuwa wanda har yanzu suna a jikin su ma akwai ciwo bindigan da aka harbe su ba kudin hospital suna yawa cikin gari suna shan waya suna wajen suna shan wayansu ba wani mai taimako su amma wanda suke yi musu wannan masiba an ba su girma an ba su sarauta an ba su kudi an bude musu shago an ba su aron kudi su dinga suna harka yi a Nigeria ike faru idan abubuwa yana tafiya haka jama'a muna gya muku abu bare taɓa yi kyau ba wallahi muna gya muku abu bare taɓa yi kyau ba sai dai araba Nigeria kawai kowai koma anan ne zamu kawo wannan magana a karshen ji maka dan hanyar mu zai bude din kana so ka saurare mu ka kira mu a wannan number +18326373499 +61481870925 duk wannan lambar da ka kira zaka samu hanya ka yi mana magana za a san abin da ya kamata za a yi zamu kawo wannan labari a karshe nan na ce muku assalamu alaikum.
Until today they are not arrested. If you are to be a pastor, they will target that the pastor is getting war. One Nigeria is a scam. We can't be one, and we don't want to be one. No justice for Deborah Samuel Yakubu. We are still crying on the death of this innocent young girl. Our Igbo men in Sokoto, their houses and shops were set ablaze. You say we are one Nigeria, you destroy our businesses, you kill us. You make life difficult for us. One Nigeria is a scam. Bishop Kuka, the bishop of the Roman Catholic Church in Sokoto, will have been killed. Katigra ablaze. The bishop's court ablaze. You say we are one Nigeria because he spoke and said the truth. He condemned wickedness and injustice, and they sent for him to be killed. But the imam of Abuja and Sokoto supported murder, supported evil. They are walking freely. Nobody arrested them. Nobody sent anybody to kill them. You say we're one Nigeria. You said we're one Nigeria 3 days ago at International Market Day, Abuja, where billions of naira belongs to Igbos were set ablaze. You said we're one Nigeria. The land is sick. We are still talking on what happened in Sokoto, what happened in Abuja. Another is happening in Bauchi, where they said another young lady blasphemed again, and they are looking for her to kill yesterday. She narrowly escaped, and Igbos again were the targets. Just a young man stood to defend this nation, to defend these people, and said, we are not one Nigeria. Allow us to go. You arrested the man, detained him under DSS custody, just because he said, allow us to go. And whether they like it or not, by God's intervention, we will go. It is time for Christians all over the world to wake up. We have been praying. We keep on praying. And even as we pray, it is time to fight. Inasmuch we know that war is not good, but we can't fold our heads and watch us being killed. All in the name of an umbrella, one Nigeria. Me, a priest, don't believe in one Nigeria. Bringing it down to Anambra State. The north, we are not safe. In the east, we are not safe. Oh Lord, heal our land. You are telling our brothers in Sokoto, in Bauchi, in Abuja to come back home. Come back where? Where there is kidnapping, where there are killings, yes, where there is no security. Come back where? Today we cannot walk freely in Anambra State any longer. Why are we doing this to ourselves? I speak to the eastern region. I speak to my fellow Igbo brothers. Why are we killing ourselves? If you kill all the young men, who will stand on the day of battle? And they know what they are doing. They will not bring security men to the east. They want us to kill ourselves. How can your fellow Igbo brother, one negibo onyi Igbo, what will you gain? Is that how we are going to get the Biafra? All these people you shoot on the way, they are your brothers. We have a major enemy. We have enemies. We have enemies, clean us. Let's stick together and fight that demon, that enemy. We are clean ourselves. The land is sick. I want to plead with the Igbos. Don't stop killing your brother. The land is sick, filled with criminality, state of lawlessness, no security. Our lives is in the hand of God.
I want to support for Nigeria. If I let election, ndị Igbo ruo na mgbe unu ya ekiri ka anyị zọọ n'onwe anyị. Ndị Igbo ruo na mgbe unu ya akwụsị ya anụ ọkwụ na-enwere anything in election. Ọ japụtụ na Charia, o jipụtụ na Nigeria. Ndị Igbo ebe ka unu kwụrụ akwụ. Unu na-ebu amụ unu gbuwere onwe unu. Etu a ka ọzọkwa abịa n'ọnụ. Ọnwe ọzọ mfụkwalụ. Abịa na omenala Igbo. Nwaanyị a na-anọ wuti mmụọ. Azumi na ọnwụ na mgbe mụnwa anaghị ọka na-emekwa ihe mmanwụ bifọ. Mụnwa anọrụ wuti mmanwụ. Nwaanyị abịa n'iru nkwụrụ. Ọ ga-regret why o ji wee bịakwuru ebe ahụ. Arụ na-emezi n'ala Igbo. Nwaanyị mmụọ, nnekwu mmụọ. Nwaanyị ese foto wuti mmụọ n'ala Igbo. Nwaanyị anọrụ na-agbalụ mmụọ egwu wuti ike. Na-abọ mmụọ ego n'iru mmanwụ. Ebe ka a na-eme nke eme. A sị na arụ gba arọ ọ bụrụ omenala. Nwaanyị a na-echi igwe ndịko na ọnwa unu n'meseji a sendịkwara ya ma ndị chiri igwe na Naịjirịa n'ala Igbo. Ka mma na mgbe nna gị ma nne gị ma nna gị ma nna gị ma ụmụ nwanne gị n'obodo chibiri igwe bifọ ma ndị machiri igwe bifọ ifunukwu nwaanyị ka okpu okpu ọzọ. Ndị anyị obi na-agbọwa m. Obi na-agbọwa m. A na-echizi nwaanyị igwe. Ajụ nwaanyị a na-echi igwe. Nwoke aka ya dịkwa ihe enu again. Unu amakwa the meaning of igwe. Ọzọ not igwe. Nwaanyị chiri igwe na nwaanyị echiri ọzọ. Ụzọ ihe na-aba ada eme ya eme. A na-echi nwaanyị ọzọ. Nwaanyị echiri ọzọ ebute ekwe dike, bute ekwe ndị nze, bute ekwe nze, wee chie ya, wee tieri ya ekwe dike. Nwaanyị a na-agba egwu dike. Unu na-echi nwaanyị ọzọ. Because ikpe amara unu. Igwe chiri nwaanyị ọzọ ogori ego, ejizi ego egwie. Ọ gọvanọs na sponsors, gọvanọs na sọpọtụzi igwe. Gọvanọs na-enyezi igwe taịtụl na-agwazi ya ife ọ ga-eme na ọ ga-eme. Ife gbasara igwe na ife gbasara ọzọ ọ belong to gọọmenti. Ọzọ belong to gọọmenti. Igwe belong to gọọmenti. Ife a dị iche. Ọ ife obodo ji mara onwefa. Ọ culture dị n'obodo. Nwaanyị chiri igwe na nwaanyị chiri ọzọ ajụ ngwu nwoke aka ya adịkwa gị enu aga enu. Ị ka na-afụ period gị. Ị ka na-afụkwa mesis gị ọzọ. Nwoke enwekwa ike ịpị aka n'ala aga enu. Nwaanyị chiri ọzọ ajụ ngwu nwoke ya apị nkwasịkwa gị aka n'ala aga enu. Nwoke aka ya gwakwa gị dị n'ala karịa ya enu. I'm very surprised ife na-eme n'ala Igbo. I'm very surprised alụ na-emenụ. Nya nwaanyị na-echi ọzọ etu ha nnọkịta nnọrụ keta chisi ọzọ. Nwunye m abịa ya sị na ya echi ọzọ. All two captain in one family. Nwaanyị chiri ọzọ achị nka njụ agụ. Di ya anwụ iwe chi ọzọ ka di ya adụ ndụ. Ka ọ na ịnụrụ di ka ịmụ divorce iwe chi ọzọ. Ndị a na-egbuwe ụmụ nwaanyị okpu asị onye ọzọ. Isi adịkwa unu mma. Nna unu onwe nwaanyị unu fụchiri ọzọ. Ife a na-echi nwaanyị bụ nwaanyị dị 100 and something years wee nwa mmụọ ejekwa ya maka na ọ pụgo na nwoke na nwaanyị. Nwaanyị dị 100 and something years ofu mmanwụ na-eje akwụ ya. Adaechi nwaanyị ọzọ. Amara ebe ndị Igbo si wee mụta ụmụ ife a na-egozi ọzọ ego 500,000 ekpunye gị okwu ọzọ. Ọzọ bụ onye na-ekwu eziokwu. Ọzọ enwere anything on with to do with nwaanyị. O nwere ife emekọta n'ala Igbo ka nwaanyị chi ọzọ. Ana m ekwu nwaanyị ọbụla chiri ọzọ n'ala Igbo nkwesị ka ewere okwute tugbuo ya. Ma onye ahụ chiri ya ọzọ ma igwe ahụ kpunyere nwaanyị ahụ okpu nkwesị ka ewere okwute kugbuo nwoke ahụ chiri nwaanyị ọzọ. Ajụkwana m ajụjụ ọzọ. Nwaanyị ya chiri ọzọ nwoke ahụ eyipụ nkwasịkwa pantị again because i wuru n'onye ọzọ. nwoke aka ya apịghị aka na ịkanye Brazil. Hai, ndị Igbo alụ unu na-eme dị egwu, nye ka unu ji wee kpụrụ Nnamdi Kanu kpochie. Alụ unu na-eme ndị Igbo, ọtọ na unu na-eme dị egwu, amarọ m ekwu. Kama na ọ na-awa ọgba n'obi ọgba n'ọnụ, ọ nke gbarụ n'ọnụ ka m kwuo n'ụtụtụ a. Chineke nna mere ụmụ gị ebere ma napụta Maazị Nnamdi Kanu ka o siri ọnọdụ apụta. Amarọ ebe ndị a na-aya ya, amarọ na ọ dị famili, amarọ ndị a na-aya ya, amarọ ndị a na-aya ya n'isi Nnamdi Kanu. Chineke nna merụ Nnamdi Kanu ebere biko, onye eziokwu. Nekwasị ya anya ebere, nekwasị ya anya. Ọ bụrụ na onye kwuzi oziokwu n'ụwa akpọdie n'obe, Chineke zọpụta nwa orugo ka ị na-eme nke aka na-ebu n'afọ asọ gị enu. N'afa Chukwu ọka abịa, my pray. Ise biko onye nụ meseji ya share ya. Bye bye.
This is Radio Biafra Hausa-Service 2 coming to you from the platform of Radio Biafra London under the leadership of one and only Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Ohamadike, one of Biafra land. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the only incorruptible leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, is the director of Radio Biafra and her television, the commander of the armies of Biafra and the greatest man living on this planet Earth. Right now, lines are open. You can call in +18326373499. +18326373499. +18326373499. Or you can get us with this +614-818-70925. +614-818-70925. +614-818-70925. You can as well get us on Skype with the name Nwachineke. Let's take this call. Caller on the line. Tell us your name and where you are calling from. Caller, can you hear me?
My name is...
Caller, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Are you not hearing me?
All right, you are welcome, brother.
Hello?
Your name and where? I can hear you now.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay, my name is Nwobi Chukwualoka. I'm calling from Oka, Biafra land.
Ndewo Mazi Nwobi.
Okay. Yeah, Mazi, there is one question I want to ask. You know, don't find it offending, but sometimes there is a way you talk that really makes me angry. I don't know why.
Okay.
Like you are talking about the when Showore made some statement, and you are saying you are talking of our people not finding out that fault. Then my question is, the people that you are referring to, is it the people that are fighting for Biafra or the people that are in that hall? Because I know that those people in that hall, they are benefiting from the system. But when you want to talk, you are talking about us. I don't know. So I want you to clarify me.
All right, hold it. Don't go. Don't go. These are the way of this is way of understanding. Showore that reacted to this. Showore was not in that hall. He was not in that hall.
Yes.
So I'm not referring to the people in the hall. Showore is not a member of IPOP. So I'm not referring to an IPOP. There are people who supposed to, you know them. We have men who are academicians in the universities, in the medias, in the radio stations and all those things, who supposed to do such a thing. They would have reacted over it. There are opponents in Anambra state government. The person would have used it to oppose the governor. I'll say, what have you achieved? Why will you bring this man who is a murderer to your people? So such people I'm referring to.
Okay. But you know that those people, they are like harrods. They are neither here or there. You understand? Tomorrow they might jump to governor's side. So I don't see them doing such things because they want to benefit from the system. You understand?
That is exactly what I said. I say you will not hear from them. They will keep quiet.
Okay.
But that does not mean that we will not talk. That is why this is radio. We need to speak.
Okay.
At a certain time, our voice will push them that's supposed to do something to do something. That's supposed to say something to say something. So when you are listening to radio, you are listening with the diverse understanding. I'm not. Why will I insult you? You that is my comrade or whatever. Unless there is something wrong you do or the one I do, we need to tackle that one. That one is different. But we are referring to people who are supposed to do the needful that have not yet done it. You ought to go.
Okay, thank you.
The Mazi Nwachineke from Oka. Mazi Nwachineke, you are welcome. Thank you for that one. Let's take it from Mazi Obidike Ikechukwu. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Nwachineke, I can hear you. Good morning, Nwachineke.
You are welcome, brother.
Good morning.
Ndewo, you are welcome. Mazi Obidike, what is happening to your line? You are not in the zoo. Aya, let's take another call. Mazi Ugochukwu. Ugochukwu, can you hear me?
Yeah, Mazi, good morning. Good morning.
You are welcome, brother.
And good morning to all the Biafrans all over the world. Good morning to the B family, IPOP all over the world once again. Before I begin, I want to say good morning to our leader and good morning to all the members of DAS and good morning to everybody that working extremely well to see that Biafra is restored. You know, thank you. There are many news that we read this morning. My name is Mazi Nwachineke from Liberia. There are many news that we read this morning. You know, I just choose to talk about. You know, in Nigeria today, I don't know why these people hate us. When you go in so many prisons in Nigeria today, you see all of them Igbo people are inside the prison. Okay, but this video, the Boko Haram people petition the president to forgive them, and the Buhari, so-called Buhari, you know, allow the Boko Haram to leave. But today, our leader in DSS, our leader don't have nothing, no case against these people. And one stupid man, politician in Biafra land, one stupid politician shouting that Tinubu did they want Tinubu that if you allow Tinubu to release that. Stupidness. Do you have any case against our leader? Buhari should release our leader now. Let Mohammed Buhari release our leader. And these are the things when we are telling our people. These people don't want us. These people don't want us. Okay, and I've got people be today. We are telling people be who's in Aganoza Adelia, or if he's actually the president of Nigeria. People be who's in Adelia, you know, you want to be president of Nigeria. People will tell you that you never be president. We have told you and we have told you many times. You want to be president of Nigeria. People want to be president. If we ask Peter B, what you want to do? I want to be president of Nigeria. Will you be president in that zoo? And I got Peter B case of Azik. Azik, man, I run those Azik and if it's Baka. Because we'll be seeing Metata. And I go where you Adele by Inaga. We'll be able to see Baka. Not only be president. No problem. Very soon you will hear it. Very soon, or 29, very soon. And I got their support to carry out Biafra. And the president and I call all those people and no problem. Very soon they will hear it. Release our leader. Kanu don't have any case against you guys. Release our leader. Buhari should release our leader. Don't wait for Tinubu to release our leader. Tinubu don't have any case against our leader. Tinubu don't have no problem against our leader. It's more of Buhari against our leader and kidnap our leader. So let him release our leader now. It's making 2 years now. I'm saying this. It's making 2 years. The world, they are pushing out to the war. They are pushing out to the war. But don't worry. Soon they will die for us. Thank you, Mazi. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mazi Ugochukwu. Thank you. Short and simple and direct. Let's take it from Desmond. Mazi, Desmond, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Nwachukwu Ikabiama. Good morning to you, Nwachineke. Nwachineke Elohim will continue to bless and strengthen you. You are doing wonderfully well for your people, for Biafrans. and we all will appreciate you. Good morning to Biafrans all over the world, IPOB family members, and our great leader, His Excellency, Mazi Nwachineke Kanu. Chukwabema will continue to strengthen you, be with you, and you will lead us into Biafra and even beyond. Nwachineke, I'm going to start like this. My name is Desmond and I'm calling from Italy. And I'm going to start by saying this. You see, we always admonish our people on the most important things. That is why we have radio, and that is why we have our own media to propagate the gospel of our freedom and also to enlighten our people. Because if there is no enlightenment, our people will not be able to have the zeal or the strength to fight this war to a victorious conclusion. Now, the news you read about the integration of terrorists into Nigeria, and you know, it's a normal thing for them. We know this. But this morning, I just want to use a few minutes to explain to our people, to link it, why we have to support the defense of the land of Biafra, why we have to support ESN, and why we also as a people have to be conscious of what is going on in our land. It doesn't matter who is putting on that Nigeria Army uniform or police uniform or Navy uniform. We have to be very, very conscious of what is going on in our land. Why is that? When they integrate 594 terrorists into Nigeria Army, people will hear it now. Some people will say, oh, it is going on in the north. Some will say, oh, it is going on in Nasarawa, in Katsina. But they will not understand. I'm going to ask a very important question. Is there anything like checking points, military checking points, police checkpoint in the north? There is no military checkpoint. There is no police checkpoint in the north part of Nigeria. Where do you have military and police checkpoints? It's in the east, in the south, but mostly in the east, in Biafra land. They are full in Biafra land. Now, these terrorists that they integrate into Nigeria Army, where are they going to send them to? It's on the checkpoint, on the road, because their mission, their agenda is one. If the terrorists cannot kill in the bush, if we are chasing them away from the bush, then they will bring them. They cannot come to the society with mufti and start killing. So they have to give them that Nigeria Army uniform to be able to make them official so that they will continue to kill in the road. And where is the easiest place they can be able to kill in our land, Nigeria Army? It's through the checkpoints. It's through the checkpoints. So what I'm telling our people is that they must understand that Nigerian military they see in our land are terrorists. You don't see somebody in Nigeria Army uniform and you think he's a secular army, he's a normal army, or a patriotic army. No, he's a terrorist. That's why all these checkpoints in our land must be cleared. And anybody in anything, in any force uniform in Nigeria, in our land, is a terrorist and must be treated as a terrorist. And our people must support the defense of the land of Biafra. So that we understand when we say support ESN, when we say be conscious of what is going on in your land. But take note that this is why we are doing this thing there. Because for years, our people, our population has been reduced. Our people have been killed, maimed because of all these, maybe should I say, we look at these things, we hear it and we pay a deaf ear or we don't take it very serious. So this time we have to understand where they are coming from. This is the system they are bringing up and we have to face it. How do we face it? We have to support ESN. We have to be conscious of our society. Every community in Biafra land must have what is called vigilance. They must be able to check on their community 24 hours to ensure there is security in our land. It is very, very important. So wherever you are in the world, please we encourage you and we call on you to avail yourself. Support ESN any way you can. Financially, in any measure you can, please always support ESN. It is very, very important that our bush will be defended, that our land will be defended, so that our mothers will be able to go to farm and come back alive. Even that we are telling our people, come back to Biafra land, they will come back to a secure land. Then it will remain to develop economics. But security, we will be sure that we've already protected our land. And we can do that, we can do it by only supporting ESN, by doing the necessary thing as we are doing in IPOB. So our people, we must know what is serious, we must know what is the most important thing. For now, you have to support ESN and do other things. But ESN is a must because it's an obligation. You might say, oh, I am in Italy. If I give my money, how am I defending my land? No, the money is going to go to the right channel and it will be used for what it's meant for. And that is why we say support through the right channel. Verify IPOB units, IPOB zones, and then give your support to ESN. You doesn't have to be an IPOB member. If you're a Biafran, even a lover of freedom, please and please, we urge you and we call for your support. Because the terrorists, they keep on to march to invade our land, but we are not going to allow them. We are not going to allow them. And people must know it is certain, and it is this time around, there is no way we are going to open our eyes and allow terrorists to operate in our land any longer. It is never ever going to happen. Our leader has said it, and it's our responsibility to ensure that it is so, because Chukwuabiama is with us. So Biafra, support ESM with your open heart, so that our land will be defended, so that anywhere we are, if we come back, at least when you enter your land, just as the old days, you have that fresh air, that you are in a secured place. At least you feel that sense of security in your own land. It is very, very important. Then the next thing is that you see, bringing Obasanjo into our land is a crime against our people and the death of our people. And Soludo must be cautioned. They must talk to him. They must talk to Soludo, and we appreciate the DOS for the work they did on this IEP and GTI people. All this, we are going to continue until we ensure that nobody is able to see IPOB and say go strike IPOB, because they can write it in the paper, but if you come on ground, we are on ground. You come to internet, we are there. Anywhere you go, we are there. So you can write, it's just write some paper and send it out. Maybe that one. But come and say it in our front. Somebody should come and tell me that I'm prescribed, so that I'm joy Ajuju. Let me ask you a question. Our people must be resilient, resoluteness, follow directly from DOS, and be disciplined. Because you see, this battle, we are going to win at the end of the day. And soon, Chukwuabiama will give us victory. Thank you very much, Mazi Nwachineke. And Elohim bless you from here. Ndewo Nwachineke.
Thank you very much, Mazi Desmond. Thank you, and keep on the good work you are doing. That is it. That is the spirit, and that is how we will restore Biafra. Everybody will be working on his own department assiduously, and Biafra will be restored. Very, very important. Very, very important. That is it. Let's take this call. All right. This one, you are no more there. Who is still holding the line? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you, sir. Good morning, sir. Yeah. How are you? Good. Mazi, thank you for a wonderful analysis. It's very, very nice as usual. I always listen to your program. So I want to use this opportunity to appreciate our leader and now doing the Canada in the USS Solutions. And I pray that Chukwuabiama will protect and deliver him from the hand of the enemy. And I also pray that God will give our dearest wisdom they use to pilot this affair and lead us in this land. Mazi, coming to analysis this morning, the GTI people, they're calling the IPOB a terrorist. I don't understand what these people mean by that. How dare you label a terrorist and have not been terrorist? Terrorist does not have office. Terrorist does not protest. Terrorist does not have radio stations. IPOB have all these things. So why are they tagging IPOB as terrorist? Which cases are they tagging IPOB as terrorist? I don't understand what they are doing anymore. Because of the money to Nigeria protest, they just tag IPOB terrorist without any basis for that. They should be very careful, because God in heaven, Chukwuabiama is watching them. If they don't reflect now, what is going to happen to them? And I would have said that the leadership they have made youth and they should forget about it. But you see now, if they did not take action, and not people will come out and say that is the and if they did not do anything about it, they will go scot-free. But they're supposed to read it as they're supposed to pay for it because they people are that now. So another eventually come up to me and say, "I happy for it. I'm not going to be done about it." So I'm going to analysis this thing concerning Boko Haram. This thing is what our leader have been saying before. You know, our leader always shout about it. All these repentant Boko Haram, they are going to be taken and looking at them. I mean, they shout about it. And that is what is happening. You know that US have produced some of those produce. So they don't think they're going to write it for they give them this and go they will come outside the state and start shooting Biafrans. But God Almighty will continue to help us and are going to worship in our land. Oh God, for Biafrans, we are the only people blocking and move from that land. Let me call you back.
It's cracking. Your line is cracking. What is happening? Let's take it from Unstoppable. Unstoppable, can you hear me? Unstoppable. Can you hear me? Loud and clear, brother. You have the mic.
I can hear you, Mazi. Am I coming up?
Loud and clear. Loud and clear. Right on.
Okay. Ọtụtụ Nnamdi Nwachineke ya bere gị na mma. Ebe bere gị nwanne m. Asị m ka onye na-eme ebe mma ya jisi ike. We are in the war front.
The whole call from Zoo. No one is going. Unstoppable. What is happening?
Is the Zoo athletic network. We keep on going. So, Mazi, am I coming out here?
Continue. Just that it's coming and cutting. Continue. Just make it snap so that we will hear all you are saying at once.
Okay, brother. The major thing that I wanted to say, Mazi, I wanted to appeal, please, is there any concern that the clip of our leader, the place we say they called the
Reconnecting. Mazi, I'm not hearing what you're saying.
So if there is any, I said the clip, that place that our leader said that she listening to Mazi Ikenga and Mazi that our sister Motara, the one from the Bible and the other red and said they listening to Simeon and the other red. I don't know how you can send the clip for me. I need you to clarify our brothers. The Igbo man we are very hard people to lead, so I needed it. That's why I want to appeal. And another one is this, Mazi. We keep on fighting because we are in the battlefield. We are not afraid of death. I've been receiving threats from our own brothers because we are here to tell them the truth. They don't want to hear the truth. We keep on telling them the truth. So now they attack me through my landlord. They have now shut my house and told me to pack out. And beside me, my son is in the hospital undergoing the operation, which I'm passing through. It will not stop us from this agitation. So I wanted to use this media, brother, to ask for a help of our brothers. Anyone who decided to help, because I need a financial help, majorly from my son who is in the hospital. So we can pass it through you or through our brother, okay, foreign, or through our brother, Uchenna, Obilo. Anyone that can pass it through, because I'm in need of the help of our brothers. So please, Mazi, for me to hang up, I need that clip which our leader clarify the people they're supposed to listen. And don't want to say that anything Chikedism says goes. That Chikedism is the final decision making in IPOB. So I need those clips to clarify our brother where we normally gather.
the people or the people that infiltrate us, they have deceived. They came to deceive our brothers. So I have told them that the place my former phone, which I have that clip, the phone lost. So I needed it to retrieve it back because I took I told them that I would bring that clip for them to be clarified what our leader says, because in the time I like Ebe Egusi and Abe Egusi so much. So let us teach them how to balance Egusi, for them to stop criticizing the gullible. Those who are not brilliant enough to understand what is happening, they are using them against us. Then we won't stop. Mazi, I will hand out from here. Everybody who is doing the good work, I pray that you will keep on preserving us. Even at then, we are not afraid for this war because we have come out full. But you bless all of you. Mazi, I hand out from here. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you. Ndewo, Mazi Unstoppable. Ndewo. The Prophet, can you hear me?
Yes, Nwachineke, can you hear me, sir?
Ndewo.
Nwachukwu, my brother, don't go back. And Unstoppable, my brother, we will reach to the end. Every trial that comes to Biafrans, we are equal to it. Any trials that come to we, Biafra, this generation of Biafra, for us to live on this earth, in our own land, not the land of Fulani, not the land of Europe. We are competent and we are resolute and we are equal to the task. We can do undo to exist as a people. Self-defense is not a crime. So the United Nations will take their time to make sure that our leader, the innocent man, that 12 years old guy, small boy, have conscience. Then you enter the United Nations. And you are not seeing what is coming to Nigeria. That Nigeria is about to consume the whole world. So many people are not seeing the United Nations. So American government, I know people are not seeing what is happening in Nigeria. That Nigeria, impostor, have ruled for 6 years. So you people think that Okechensky is a small boy. And then Nnamdi Kanu brought that idiot. Your people is about to say that there is a God that owns this earth and created every human race and gave us this land to exist. Let no nation dare Biafra. Because if any nation dare Biafra, we violence, we consume this world. We are not joking here. We are even more. Death, what is death? What is death to stop us? We are already in the mortuary. We are already dead. It is only Biafra that will give us life. And we must get Biafra. And it is now. Nwachineke, don't go back. Biafra is already here. You are a Biafran and nobody will deny your identity. Let that idiot try. Let that idiot try. We do us everywhere. Because we are keeping silent. All these leaders in Biafra land, get our leader out immediately. Nobody will come here to save you people. Fulani will look for where they will run to. And if you know say you be Biafra in Lagos, that DOS have said it. Massive first said us. But take your time. Identify yourself very well. Nobody, Tinubu will not misbehave. They will not kill us like animals again. 1967 to 1970 child play. This is 2023. Peter Nnamdi Kanu released now. Don't wait for tomorrow. Because you cannot push us to Nigeria. We don't want Nigeria. What we want is referendum. Get that test into your score. Idiot. Who is arrogant to people? Which is what is more than this is what that you people are giving to us? Monkeys and baboons leaders. Dara. Then the sick and them. Okay, Mongo one election that in Hosea chapter 1 from verse 1 to end, and the same Hosea chapter 2 from verse 1 to end. with his wife and children. And Biafra is to be restored. And unfaithful Nigeria, unfaithful Biafra. Makema said, when a woman abandons his husband and start prostituting, all that. When a man abandons his wife and start prostituting, all that. And we abandon our Nwachineke. The God that we bear his name. We are complete prostitutes. But you see today, we are realizing we are. I'm working to quench Nwachineke. Get that settle. That's the secret. To quote Adam as in the Korean, I pray on Sarah chapter 43. Sarah chapter 43, there from verse 1 to end. Joseph verse 26 and verse 33 underline. That the heaven and earth, including we human beings, is created by God. Chineke. No other person. And his temple, Pharaoh Chukwu, is what he has mandated our leader Nnamdi to come and be rebuilt for him. So that we, his children, all over the world. I mean, when I move up Bomuya, Naza Keoria Fonko, Ogugala, I am done for no good dominally. Temple, I have to understand Dutch. Can they probably put a capacity scenario? My commission of Pangana Temple is coming to feed you with the word. What's in a killer? Ma ebe take ihe ndị leader sign ma ọ na-agbawa obi I am with na to shike lo one lotegele ọ na-elekwe n'igwe ma aka ndị na alụze Savior I ka na-akparịkwa kọrị onye president America nọ n'elu ụwa just try to get na ala nna m because president America want to come and take my land I chikwata kara iwe amakwa na onye I will serve aya na achekwa ka nkwa aka m na Igbo let everyone be peaceful and calm. So that all these idiot leaders, all the governors, people be salute them. Right now, God bring that Nnamdi for us. That 12 years old guy yesterday is the last one. And that is not that kidnapped him, release that boy, that now. Otherwise, I bang. I'm a name share Dara. Okay, money rokas on a pradi up on Tabawari, Robert. Kena akpọlata mmanụ zara aha nwere aha n'ọgbawa ụwa Nnamdi Kanu Chukwuka abịa ma n'amata mmanụ ga anyị niile ga-eso fee ṅụ nye nna na otuto m niile site n'obi ebube n'ezie n'eke n'orie na nkwuo ya oje omenala ụmụ Chukwu okike abịa ma oke mma okere ụwa niile ga-adịrịrị Biafrans.
They were the prophet. They were. Ikechukwu, can you hear me? Obidike, can you hear me? Obidike, can you hear me? The problem is always your network.
I can hear you, Nwachineke. Good morning.
All right, just go on now. Your network is okay. Right
I can hear you, Nwachineke. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Ikechukwu Obidike, calling from Libreville, Gabon. Mazi, permit me to announce the sudden death of our hardcore, who passed away yesterday by the bandit just stabbed him to death yesterday after when he was returning from the waykeeping. May his soul rest in peace. Mazi, according to your analysis this morning, let them not leave them. That bribe that received, they will commit it in giving bribe to go for investigation, as you said. Mazi, I love the way you put things. You don't sugarcoat anywhere. You tell them things how it is. I mean to salute those so-called call himself professor, that he brings in Obasanjo that kill our people to the report that they are suing. There is no problem. They are governing themselves. No, they are not governing Anambra. They are governing their pockets. That is how it is. But they will see what they did to themselves. Biafra is coming. despite what they are doing. You are now on the finishing touch.
Mazi Obidike, your network.
Will come very soon, and Biafra will flag will be raised. But if we have our meeting Thursday from Gabon. Thank you, Mazi. God bless you.
Thank you, Mazi. Thank you. The problem is just your network most of the time. Just try to improve it. Try to improve it. All right. Thank you, Mazi Obidike. Let's take it from Mazi Ejike. Can you hear me? Ejike Obasi, can you hear
yes,
me?
Mazi.
Ndewo, you are
Mazi Nwachineke.
Ndewo.
Udo dịrị gị Nwachineke. Great Biafran, Udo Chukwu kabịa ma dịrị onye ihe ọma, ndị na-eme ihe ọma. Anyị adịghị asịkwa udo dịrị ndị ọjọọ, ọsọ ndị na-eme ihe ọma. Mazi, may Elohim bless you. My name is Mazi Ejike Gabriel Obasi. I'm calling from blessed land of Biafrans. Obere Chukwu gọziri agọzi, ndị iro si na ha ga-edestroy. Mazi, let Elohim Chukwu Okuka Abiyama, the God of our land, the God of our ancestors. He's so much love to us, so much. When we call Chukwu Okuka Abiyama, we are crying that we need a good leader, and he send Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come and do the needful. Chukwu Okuka Abiyama, we will continue praising you, thanking you, glorify your name, because you love Biafra so much. That is why you give us a true leader. A leader who doesn't want any other thing, only the happiness of their own people. Chukwu Okuka Abiyama, guide him, bless him, more long life and prosperity, wisdom, knowledge. In the name of Chukwu Okuka Abiyama. Bless all the DOS who are doing the needful. And all our little presenters, we call them our professors, who are teaching us very, 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 very well. Chukwu Okuka Abiyama, bless all the true Biafrans, especially our ESN, who are defending our land, from the evil people. Chukwu Okuka Abiyama, give them more strength, more knowledge, more wisdom, to continue to do the will of our people. In the name of Chukwu Okuka Abiyama, so. Mazi, your analysis this morning, I will put my own mind and the thoughts where you talk about Obasanjo and this political jobless called my brother, you know, Ejaya to pim-pom in Nigeria. Ejaya no politics. I went to Petalian and man. Hajaya to pim-pom, every time we keep ya, Kanyolani, the other one will Abia criticize what Abia plans to make sure that Nahani destroy our mind. Kaya Arekulo further. That is their own mentality. But our people should understand this. We are different people. Our people are good. We know that the people don't like the way we live, starting from our fathers, because we love ourselves so much. Check around Biafra land, all the secondary school we have was built by our fathers with their own money, not government. Some of road in our own land was built by our own fathers, not government. All the stream waters we have in Biafra land is not government build it, it's our people that build it. So Biafra, we must go back from where we come from, where these people bring us out from, to know who, because this thing they are praying now is because that is what they want. Our leader, Mazi Nnamdi, that is why they are still holding him today. They want to destroy us. That thing that our leader Mazi Nwachineke wanted to build, that is what they wanted. They don't want us to have one leader who can speak and everybody will obey. They don't want it at all, because they know that the way our leader is going is the way of life to Biafrans. That's why everybody are against. All the demon in the whole world is against Mazi Nwachineke. It's against the truth. It's against the honest man. It's against the truthful man. So we must protect him, protect that thing God gives to us. If not, my brother, I'm afraid. Because look at what is happening since they kidnap our leader and rendition him to Nigeria till today. Things are going upside and better. I know Nwachineke, who stand firm. The way I know the really Biafran is the way they are taught, the way they behave. That is how I always see the really Biafran. Not all this one. If politics come, you jump there. If Kanu will come, you jump that side. No, Biafra cannot be that. And another thing is this: if you are a Biafran man and you have land in Lagos, you don't have land in your own land, you are a betrayer to us. You don't like your own people. If you have a house in Lagos, you don't have house in Biafra land, my brother, you are a betrayer. Totally betrayer you are, because you don't like your people. You don't like them. If you have a shop in Lagos, you don't have shop in any of Biafra land, one day you're a betrayer. But I will tell these people who are selling, we are going to Lagos and buy something. But I give you people, for those who are listening to me today, this month, if after this month, you people did not call us and tell us that you people are already planning how to have one shop in East here, we will not come to Lagos again to buy goods from you people. We must fight this thing to the end. Because look at this. Number one is this. Our people, our DOS said, stop eating cow meat. Did our people obey it? They did not. Because these people, they did not obey it. Now, Mazi Nnamdi can tell our own military people to quit and come back. Some come, some ignore that. But when they shoot them, all the Biafrans will start talking. But they know what they are doing. Today, look at us. I want a Biafran to think home. Think everything that will benefit from your own people. Support your own people in a way that God, because we are reading all these Bibles. We are reading Bibles, we learn a lot of things. And the Chineke to sustain this radio so that we can teach ourselves, we can learn from each other, we can do everything. So, Biafrans, great Biafrans, I call you people great because our fathers fought in Nigeria complete 3 years. That did not kill all of us. But this time around, we are going there to fight and collect that Biafra from them. The Lord Biafrans, remain resolute, never you fear, remove that fear. That thing that you are fearing, you can die. Immediately, you know one day you must die. But how do you die? You die as a slave or you die as a betrayer? That is the question you must ask yourself. Are you an agent of killers in our land? Look at what is going on now. They have killed. Now they don't enter to small keys. And we think that all these things will stop. They hold our leader that did not stop killing us. We stop meeting in Biafra land. They continue kidnapping us, killing us. There's nothing we do. These people cannot stop unless we stand up and say enough is enough. Let us die once and for all and get our people. Those that remaining will answer Biafra. That is my own. I don't care how it happens, but what we must do is we must force ourselves from these people. If you are here as a church member, all of us are Christian. There is no way you say you are not a Christian, but remember something. That is one God, only one God we have. Only one God is creator. Whatever you are talking about, God of choosing do this, God of Redeem do this, God of embassy do this, God of this one do this. Remember, it's one God. But remember, there is something called nature in life. If an Igbo man have 3 sons now, 3 sons, and one marry Igbo, one marry Yoruba, one Mala Hausa, do you think that there will be peace in that house? It can never be peace because only can make design, only can make design, only can make design until all of them perish. That is what we are suffering today because our people capitalize, go there and copy. Bring the survival of Jesus, bring the survival of this, bring the Christ embassy of this, bring all this manner of things in our own land. Everywhere is noisy, everywhere is zigzag, everywhere is fighting because they did not worship Elohim, they are worshiping their own man. Somebody, ordinary man will enter in church, everybody will bow down for. Even our people know one will touch him because they know it's one God. Is Biafra. Angel. We know what we are doing. Everybody separates himself from all this manner of lobbies. Confusion all over the place. Our people should learn. Listen to Radio Biafra. Learning how things work. Nature is good if you understand it, how nature works. Forget about copy. One day you copy Amosu, copy one or Sana about God from Jerusalem, while God created you like his image. Why not to show God that you are the Son of Man? You are representing Elohim. So bend down and pray. God will answer our prayer. Don't look for God all over the place. Nobody will call God for you. Thank you, Mazi. Support yourself. Train yourself very well. Mazi,
thank you very much, Mazi. Let's take this one finally. Mazi Emmanuel, can you hear me?
Yeah, good morning, Mazi Nwachineke.
Ndewo.
My brother. Mazi, am I coming out?
Loud and clear.
Okay, Mazi, thank you very much. Mazi, my name is Mazi Emmanuel Ejima. I'm calling from Paris by the special grace of Chukwu Kikabiama. I am serving the indigenous people of Biafra as the Paris Zonal Coordinator and France National PRO. Mazi, before I go ahead, I just want to remind our people on our upcoming meeting, family meeting for IPOB Paris Zone on the 2nd of April 2023 by 15 o'clock, that is 3 p.m. I want to urge Biafrans, especially Biafrans who are living in Paris, those who are still hiding, those who are still ignoring what we are doing, those who are still, in reserve, or those who are still playing ignorance of what we are doing, or those who are still hoping that somehow the zoo can be, metamorphosed into becoming United States or transforming into Dubai. We are telling them that they should come and join us because that's where they are going. There is no way there. There is no road here. If you want to come and join us, kindly just contact this very number, plus 3375 301 7881. You can call it plus 337 301 7881. Call this number, is in WhatsApp and Zoom. Is in WhatsApp alone and Signal. You can get or even direct call. Somebody will direct you or give you the address of where we are holding our meeting on next Sunday, which is not this, I think, yeah, this upcoming Sunday, because it's on 2nd of April. So, Mazi, having said that, I don't want to take much of your time because I'm still even somewhere. But I want to tell our people, I overheard of what you read concerning this globalist who has been parading themselves, hiding into different offices, hiding into skyscrapers in the world, doing nothing, just sitting in their offices, searching for sponsoring corruption and destruction all around the world. In the person of this Tony Blair and co and the wife, because these people you are seeing are the problem of this very planet lies on these very people, because these people, they have nothing to offer anymore. What they are, suffering now is out of their over proudness, and that over proudness has covered their sense of reasoning, and they don't see anymore. What they are offering the global, that is the world now, especially Africans, are nothing but destruction. If you look at all these world index on all these their so-called UN, starting from World Organization, look at all of them, and you find out the dominance, the people who dominated or formed all those things are still the same people who are giving judgment over peoples. So you find out that these people have built their own parallel institutions against the oppressed, the people who they are oppressing. So you can never ever find any justice from them. And I thank God, and I always say that IPOB will be their last bus stop, because these people, they thought that they will still pocket IPOB the same way they have been doing all over the world. But Mazi, as you just said, IPOB is like a soldier ant, will be eating them gradually until they will vanish. Because these people have committed a lot of atrocity, especially to the Biafran people, to the Africans in general. I don't want to take much of your time, but I just want to say to you, Mazi, all of you on the Radio Biafra, keep on the good work you people are doing. Our people are waking up. It's only that, when somebody wakes up, he's still suffering of a kind of confusion in his head. But gradually, they are now seeing it, and they are now finding out, seeing everything that we have been shouting on this very media, and the IPOB has been saying, and our leader has been, crying, shouting over concerning all these things. But our people never want to listen to us. Instead of that, they are going against us, sabotaging some of them, not all, because our people are very, very, very good people. But it's only that the mixed blood among us are still suffering from that very blood, that very of their blood that has been bastardized by the Fulanis. But we are not going to allow them to destroy us. Mazi, thank you very much, Mazi Nwachineke.
Thank you very much, Mazi Emmanuel. Thank you, and Mechuku Okukabiama. Bless each and every one of us. All we are doing is to make sure we work together seriously for Biafra to come, and keep it up in your own area. we are not going to relent. Very, very important. We bring this broadcast to an end right now with a word of prayer. Father, we thank you for the life of our leader. We thank you for ESN. We thank you for DOS. We thank you for IPOB all over the world. And we thank you for our land, Biafra. We say, hallowed be thy name, Lord. Be thou exalted, Lord. We'll make this prayer in the mighty name of your beloved Son, Yeshua HaMashiach. And I leave you with this word. The Bible said, do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord will personally go ahead of you. He will be with you. He will neither fail you nor abandon you. Deuteronomy 31, verse 8. Shalom.
The true goddess.
Cascades on it.
Biafra. When Nigeria they go Ziggy Zagaza. Biafrans are calling for freedom. Nigeria they go Ziggy Zagaza. Biafrans are pleading for freedom. When Nigeria they go Ziggy Zagaza. Biafrans are calling for freedom. Nigeria they go Ziggy Zagaza. Biafrans are pleading for freedom. Freedom on fire. Freedom on fire. Freedom on fire. Do do do. Freedom on fire. Freedom on fire. Freedom on fire. Do do do. They deny themselves from being Nigerians. Separated themselves from being Nigerians. No more president in Nigeria. No more governor in Nigeria. No more senator in Nigeria. Oluwado do do. Grant them freedom. Do do do. Give them freedom. You in Nigeria they go Ziggy Zagaza. Biafrans are calling for freedom. Nigeria they go Ziggy Zagaza. Biafrans are pleading for freedom. You in Nigeria they go Ziggy Zagaza. Biafrans are calling for freedom. Nigeria they go Ziggy Zagaza. Biafrans are pleading for freedom. Freedom on fire. Freedom on fire. Freedom on fire. Do do do. Freedom on fire. Freedom on fire. Freedom on fire. Do do do. Killing every day is not the best. Raping and killings every time is not the best. Bumpy everywhere is not the best. Shooting all the time, oh, is not the best. For how long? For how long? See our people they die. For how long? For how long? See many people they die. Hey! Oh Lord, when will this stop? Nigeria they go Ziggy Zagaza. Biafrans are calling for freedom. Nigeria they go Ziggy Zagaza. Biafrans are pleading for freedom. You in Nigeria they go Ziggy Zagaza. Biafrans are calling for freedom. Nigeria they go Ziggy Zagaza. Biafrans are pleading for freedom. Freedom on fire. Freedom on fire. Freedom on fire. Do do do. Freedom on fire. Freedom on fire. Freedom on fire. Do do do. Nnamdi Kanu fight for freedom. God will surely give you way. Nnamdi Kanu fight for freedom. God must surely give you way. Rising sun. Biafra is the rising sun. Nnamdi Kanu fight for freedom. God will surely give you way. Nnamdi Kanu fight for freedom. God must surely give you way. Rising sun. Biafra is the rising sun.
Get it.
online, on your mobile. This is IPOB Community Radio, Radio Biafra, the first and the last.
It's M. Josh on the beat.
It's time to break loose from the chains. It's time for our freedom. Africa. Cause we can never let them negotiate our freedom. No. Hundreds of years is gone. No Messiah came for the black man. Told us that Jesus died for us, but the black man still they suffer. The truth be said, Africa will rise at the right time, and the time we're waiting for is right now. No one can hold the truth for a long time. Oh no. So stay awake. The sun is risen from the east, and the Messiah you're waiting is right here, and no one is gonna try to stop that. I can hear a great call for justice. Freedom, let the sun rise. Freedom for Biafra. Freedom, free Nnamdi Kanu. Oh, song of salvation. Freedom, let Africa rise. Freedom for Biafra. Freedom, free Nnamdi Kanu. Free Nnamdi Kanu. Freedom for Biafra. Freedom Africa. White man fighting for self-determination is celebrated. Black man seeking for self-determination is a separatist and a terrorist. Yeah. When they jail a black freedom fighter, they jailing African freedom. Don't I have rights to my self-determination? Is that a crime? Oh no. Don't I have rights to live? Don't I have rights to express myself? Don't I have rights to speak? Can't I complain if I'm marginalized? There's genocide in the land that nobody even cared about. Even when I try to speak, my voice is muted every time. I'm like a slave in my land, I can't take it anymore. I hope the world is listening to my plight. I can hear a great call for justice. Freedom, let the sun rise. Freedom for Biafra. Freedom, free Nnamdi Kanu. Oh, the song of salvation. Freedom, let Africa rise. Freedom for Biafra. Freedom, free Nnamdi Kanu. Freedom for Biafra. Free Nnamdi Kanu. Freedom Africa. Jewishness.
Well, this is Mobiel. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPO families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafra War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafra army the fight, and they were singing out. They were singing out. Many years after the genocide, whoa, yet another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and
Face of this very planet Earth, once again we welcome you to a very special